once. Shouts out to all the smart goons in the building. What's popping, man? Can you hear me? Are you there? Am I in the show? I'm all alone in the show. There he
you go,
is.
dog. Oh, yeah. We just wanted to give you a second, man. You ain't been on in a while and we missed you. We wanted to give you a minute. We wanted to give you a second. I also wanted to make sure that everything was going well everywhere else because, we just having some fun and things are twitchy a little bit. So, yeah, man. Boom. We are all back. Fuego! We missed you. I know you've been away, but we were worried, man. Fuego, I need an emergency contact number for you, dog, because we don't see you. We get legit
Yeah,
concerned.
man. We don't see.
And now, how could it could combat against that? And it's like little simple things, like nothing for nothing. But my first two kids, I gave them all the vaccines. I was that guy. Oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's the best thing, right? And now all of a sudden, I'm looking at this going, wait a second, why am I giving a Hep B shot to a fucking newborn when it is a sexually transmitted or drug induced vaccine, right? Mm-hmm. Now I'm asking a lot more questions. And there's so many differences that are right now versus 20 years ago. And I love, like, social media can be such a good thing, but it can be such a bad thing at the exact same time. But now the transition into tariffs, you know, there's I'm gonna make a real quick statement and then we can fucking confound about it, right? One of the problems that I hear in politics is this: everybody that's against tariffs seem to be for taxing American business.
Right.
And one of the things that I struggle with is I hear, like, why do you want to tax American corporations but not foreign corporations? Because everybody that's against taxing foreign corporations right now are for taxing American corporations. And the reasoning they're using is they're saying, well, you know what? If we tax these people overseas, it's going to reflect, and the Americans are just going to pay for it. But we need to tax American businesses, and Americans are going to be better off for it. You can't have the same thing going on at the same exact time. Either taxing these people costs us, and taxing those people cost us. You feel what I'm saying? We either tax everybody less, or we tax the foreign people more. I'm for taxing Americans way less. And if you want access to our incredible market, pay for it.
Right.
And you know what? There's other countries like Saudi Arabia and all these places, they take their oil revenue and they make it to where they don't have to pay taxes. They don't have any of these bullshit things. They have free healthcare because their system works to where they're using their resources for their people. We're not doing that. And what Doge has exposed is we have so much disgusting waste and abuse by the people that we elect to put there because we think they're doing our best interest, but they're really actors paid to tell us what we want to hear.
That's true.
Big facts.
I absolutely agree.
Tariffs. Fuck the other side. You know what I'm saying? If they want to goddamn, if they want to goddamn go send shit over here, first of all, it's the things that we could be producing here, that we should be producing here, that we're not producing here.
That's so
this
true.
Should be this is the incentive to, maybe we should go ahead and just build these businesses here in America. We don't have to worry about it anymore. I mean, we got the guy who is Mr. Cut Regulation, right? In his first term, for every new regulation that I put in, I'm gonna cut 2, right? And then it ends up equaling like 2.5, maybe 3 regulations for every new one that he puts in. So yes, cut the regulations, put in something new that's more modern, allow us to build. And that's what bothers me with all of these other countries is we're operating on an infrastructure that came into play during America's Industrial Revolution, right?
Right.
All these other countries, they're operating on an infrastructure, these up and coming, right? These BRICS nations, they're currently building their infrastructure. They're using 2030 technology in their infrastructure while we're operating on 1910, 1920, maybe a 1940 infrastructure. This is a problem. This is a major problem. We need to bring the shit that we need back home. We need, as my brother shouts out to Royal, man, the best motherfucking steel worker that I know. You know what I'm saying? When I say steel worker, I mean he's got them heating that shit up and molding and bending and doing all kind of dope shit.
Oh, he does welding and stuff?
Yeah, he does welding and stuff, man. Yeah. So we need
I want to make a guitar. So anyway.
No, that we need steel made here. We need more wood plants here. You know what I'm saying? We need to be manufacturing our medicines. Truly, we need to get away from big pharma medicine, and we need to get back into and being holistic. You know, that was one of my favorite things about Trump's first term is that like the man was very loud spoken and being holistic before he got in office. And then he kind of just quieted it up, and he didn't say it out front, but he was like, yeah, I believe in the right to try. Right to try is where you should be. If you're terminally ill, you should have the right to try. Newsflash, every living person in America is terminally ill because we're all living to die. Like, it's the man is the man tells you about loopholes. Yeah, I used the tax loopholes. Yeah, because her people did it. If you don't want me to use it, get rid of the loopholes, right? So he's telling you right on your face how to do it and how to get through it. That's the easiest way to turn us holistic. And now he's just balls out with it. Yeah, I'm going to put out RFK Jr. Yeah, Mr. Holistic. You go ahead and you do your thing. And yeah, man, I think these tariffs, man, getting back to the tariffs can get us back to where we need to be if done properly. I got a big ass mosquito. Bitch, you gonna die when you come back down. He just flew just right past my monitor and straight up like, oh, okay, good. I'm gonna get you.
You know what the ignorance is, Pro?
What's that?
The ignorance is the way everything's framed, right? So let's just take tariffs, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You have free trade, you have fair trade, but you have China that tariffs us at 35, 45, 55, 65%, depending on what it is, and we tariff them at 2%. But China steals our IP, our intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're able to do is they're able to steal American product. They're able to produce it for a fraction of the price. They're able to ship it over here because our tariffs are so low. And they're able to make incredible amounts of money. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars that Nancy Pelosi herself was saying was costing American jobs. So was Bernie Sanders. So was Barack Obama talking about reciprocal tariffs. These people have all said this is costing American jobs. The one person who does anything about it is Donald Trump. But here's the disgusting part that pisses me off about you motherfucking Americans. You're so quick to buy from Amazon. You're so quick to buy from fucking Walmart. But you just, like, let's just take handbags. And I said this on my show. You take a real American company that makes handbags. You won't spend $300 on their handbag. But at the same time, you're going to ask that American company to pay $25, $30 an hour. You should pay a living wage. All these American companies have all these fucking standards on them. But you Americans want cheap shit. So what you do is you go, hey, China, give me slave labor and produce my American product that I really want cheaper. But you don't demand that the Chinese company pay their people a living wage. No, they could pay a slave wage. But Americans want to be on their fucking high horse, and we want to act like we give a shit about people. You don't care about people, because if you cared about people, you wouldn't want cheap shit from China. You wouldn't care about your prices being raised from Walmart, because they used to be about American companies, but now all of a sudden they can get their shit from China and they can sell it to you at a cheap price. You want your garbage. You want to put all the standards and all the regulation and all the burden on American companies, but you don't want to put that burden on these foreign companies. And when somebody finally comes in and does what they say they're going to do, like all the other presidents, Donald Trump actually says, you know what, we're tariffing these people, fuck them. Everyone loses their mind. And it's everyone on the left, because his approval rating actually went up. But what is going to happen is what Vietnam already did, what Canada's already starting to do. They're already starting to back themselves up. They realize that they have been taking advantage of America for a really long time. And finally, we have a president. Let's just put aside the fact that we had a president that didn't even know where he was, that needed neon tape on the floor for 4 years. Let's just take that and shelve it. Now we actually have a president that is starting to try to put America first. And it's amazing the people that used to fight for the same things that Trump did being against it. I've said this from day one, and I'm sorry to be long-winded. If Donald Trump ran as a Democrat with the same exact principles, the same policies, everything the same, he'd be loved by everybody on the left, and he'd be hated by everybody that's wearing a MAGA hat right now.
Yep.
And it's the fucking truth.
Big facts. Big facts. I played Friday night. I had a quick hit show, and I played this based MAGA alternate universe version of Nancy Pelosi, who looked good and was speaking our language, man. I'm talking about, oh, these other countries are taking advantage of America, and we need to put something on the president's desk that's going to take care of these tariffs. And look at how they're charging us versus what we're charging them. And look how much money they make off of America. And it's like, holy shit, boy, this is MAGA Pelosi. This is an alternate universe here. What is going on?
They're all the same. Don't you realize these people have played every side of all of this game forever? This is why I say they're nothing but actors. Everybody, Joe Biden has voted for more war than Putin, but I'm supposed to hate Putin. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we have people that have been involved in every like Joe Biden has really overseen $37 trillion in debt. But he's the guy I'm supposed to trust? The guy that has been in there for 4 years is the problem, but not the people that have overseen all of our problems for 50 years. Have put us in a position that we've been here.
You don't have to take my word for it.
The freaking facts speak for themselves, man. Like,
see, when you do good on this show, you get drops. You know what I'm
saying?
It's
the fucking ignorance of it, bro. It's the straight up ignorance of it. But what I love, the liberals are you guys know this. I am an equal opportunity fucking offender, man. The right is just as bad as the fucking left, right? But the left doesn't.
I actually wanted to get into that later, but yeah. Please go on, man.
But the left doesn't understand that their people supported everything that Trump is saying. Everything you've been for, right? You guys have played every side of the coin. And it's both sides. Lindsey Graham has supported every fucking position. Nancy Pelosi has supported every fucking position. These people know what to say when to say it. And the real ignorance is you people. It's me, it's Fresh Mike, it's Protocol who buy into it. Now, us three don't buy into it. It's the people that are out there that just want to hear the echo chamber, that just want to they want to be told their happy little fucking lies.
Yeah.
And it's those type of people that, it's really 88, 89% of the country that you could lie to. And it's 30% believe one way, 36% believe the other way. And the rest are kind of in the middle, man. And the truth of the matter is 80% really can be swayed through propaganda.
100% agreed. And I think that's the concern I'm seeing now, man. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I want to stay on tariffs, and it'll flow right into it, though. And that is the hands-off movement that we witnessed this weekend. And I don't know, man, like, is this a precursor to another summer of love? Because it ain't going to go down like it went down last time. And the problem there is that it's going to get a lot uglier. I think they had the element of surprise on their side last time. And as we know, if you, watch it, it's a story that's been told over and over, but it's still relevant. And that is that, there were, a bunch of Antifa members during the Summer of Love that had surrounded a dude's house and they were trying to burn it down. And he calls the police and they said, "Sir, the city is under attack. What would you have us do?" Then there was another story that they went to, and this was an Asian dude. But I guess the Asian dude had fired somebody and they said he was racist or phobic or whatever. And they went to this guy's house and he brandished a gun in his second story window and he pulled a gun like, "Yeah, there's maybe 40 of you with torches, but I have a gun." Then they came to his home and arrested him for showing a gun outside of his own home. And that's not even including like the dude that was wearing a MAGA hat that was literally shot in the face by a white dude that had a BLM tattoo conveniently on his neck. So, conveniently. So anyway, that is literally the Patriot Front for the left. And I'm not trying to cape up for the left, but that is the Patriot Front for the left, is that whole far left.
I won't even say they're the Patriot Front, because like Patriot Front are some bullshit. They're really just there just to like scare people just by their existence of being there, because they aren't doing shit. I don't think that
Antifa's hurting people for their cause.
that's what I was about to say. You see, that's where I'm going, is that at least Antifa is really willing to like go there and do something. Like, I don't see a worse Summer of Love. And here's why I say I don't see a worse Summer of Love.
Right.
Just this week, right? Mr. Super, I keep my guns and my Second Amendment and America, and Mr. Brandon Tatum, Mr. Big buff Brandon Tatum, right?
Oh,
Who you
yeah.
would think, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if a motherfucker run up on me, bitch, I'm going to hell and back. They can jump me if they want to, but I'm taking one of them with me. Like, this is the energy that one would think comes from a one Brandon Tatum. And you would think that he's smart. I think he's been a police officer. Maybe, I know he was a police officer. I don't know if he was in the military or not. I don't really know about that. But he was in some type of armed government situation, right?
Yeah.
He's on a college campus, and Black Bloc Antifa, the motherfuckers with the umbrellas, literally marched on him from his six. We're the main people Savannah. I have places that will tell me, nah, I'm good. You can't do that here.
Mhm.
All right. Or, okay, because I'm me, right? So I could get to a point where I got that gift for gab. I've turned some places into some amazing things that originally was never supposed to happen just because of what they know from dealing with the Savannah State students and how raucous that party can get, right? They will work with you like, no, you can't do that this way, but you can do it this way, and we'll work with you, right? In order to make sure it's a safe situation and you have, because we really can't turn you down from having your event, but what we can do is help you make sure that this is a win-win situation for all, right? So in this instance, and that's why I'm saying like the police, and this is on a college campus, like I'm flying over this shit. This is me. I'm big brain. You know what I'm saying? Like I get little brain shit, but then I look at it all. Like they're here. You know who Turning Point is. You know who Brandon Tatum. I should hope you are college university type leader where you're going to look into who you're having on your campus, and then you're going to make sure proper provisions are there. I mean, obviously you put some sort of provisions because the police were already there, which mean that 9 times out of 10 the police were on the payroll to I'm a fucking proud boy. All right. When I went to when they had a fucking trans LGBT, we out here to let you know we don't agree with this, and whatever we have to do legally to make sure this is taken care of, which eventually he was taken care of because the police looked into some shit and was like, oh damn, and snatched his ass up. Right. But us going there and we don't know who it was, don't know. Somebody was amongst the ranks. There definitely was feds among us. All right. They told them. And when we got to Columbus, the motherfuckers swarmed on us. Motherfuckers was all on top of the buildings, it was four-wheelers and all. And we're just a bunch of none of us were strapped. We were just men, fathers going out, we're out there, we're buying drinks. We went to a bar, they kicked us out of a fucking bar. All right. They can plan and set up things that they want to do to stop it from happening. It's just a matter of will they do it?
That's your government.
Or why they're not doing it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what bothered me about it. I don't think we're going to have a harder one. I don't think we're going to have a bigger resistance, right? Because majority of them, again, as you were saying about the cops not wanting to do those jobs, those people are leaving the force, which is opening up the door for all of their people to join the force, right? One major thing that I say in Savannah, like, oh, we don't have a good police interrelations with the community. These people are retired military, They're not from Savannah. They're getting on the police force. Okay, well then go join the police force. If you actually go and join and put yourself, because they're under. Not only do they have positions for you to fill, they have please, they need more. They don't even have the basic number to take care of the city.
People
So
are
get
the
on the
problem.
force.
Bro, people are the problem.
People are the problem.
No matter what. So in my area, insurance rates are going up. Car insurance rates are going up. You want to know why? Because people drive like shit.
Mm-hmm.
People are the problem. No matter how you want to look at it, we bring all this shit on ourselves.
Facts.
True.
So you want to talk about getting involved and all this stuff? How about just stop? How about live the way you actually want to live? How about make yourself the best version of yourself that you possibly be? Everyone wants to talk about these grandiose fucking problems. Every single one of our problems are solved if you get your shit together. Not me, not Fresh Mike, not Protocol. You, motherfucker, get your shit together. You know why? Because if you get your shit together and I have my shit together and Fresh Mike has his shit together and Protocol has his shit together, the world gets better. But what happens is that's not what's going on. We want everybody else. We want to make excuses for everybody else. We want everybody else to solve our problems for us. We want the schools to raise our kids. We want YouTube to raise our fucking kids. And we're in a situation here now where we live, where it's like, when the hell are parents going to get involved in a real way to make a big difference in what we're doing, right? Because we have so many things on this planet, bro, that are just dividing us. And where everyone's so full of shit. It drives me fucking crazy. From race to politics to everything. It's all fucking religion. It's all belief.
Mm-hmm.
And it bothers the shit out of me. And it keeps people like me and you and everybody else, it keeps us fighting each other while these people up top, and they know how to manipulate human beings. Controlling humans has been the most original thing from the planet. Every religion on the planet has been controlling people.
Yep.
Hey, man, hold up.
I'm on your bumper.
Man, my man is on a bumper, bro.
I'm just saying. It's all about
They were
motherfucking
like,
control.
Do not come.
Mike.
Do not come.
But Mike said,
I'm gonna come.
I'm great at sex, bro. I come every time. But I'm being serious, right? It's like, dude, we're in a situation where everything is a fucking lie and everybody's believing in lies. And it's one of these things that it really bothers me, right? Because no matter what it is, from left to right, to black to white, to trans or this, we're operating in a world where we're on polar opposites. And when you have polar opposites, they cannot get along.
Mm-hmm.
Democrats and Republicans are completely left and right. It's not left and right. The majority of us are right the fuck here. Right? I always say race is a bullshit construct because we're all right the fuck here. Me, you, we're all the same people. 99% of us are the same people. We're trying to do the same exact things. But you know what happens is they're able to label us, and they're able to make us believe in labels that we don't even fucking understand. Right? I ask everybody all the time. I go like this when it comes to race, because race fucking pisses me off. And I love you, Pro, and I listen to you guys all the time, and you see me commenting, right? But race is one of these things where it's a social construct where people don't even understand what they identify as. And what I mean by that is this. I never identified as white. I was Italian growing up. I'm from New Jersey. We were fucking Italian. What do you? It was like pride growing up. Going, I'm 100% Italian. I'm fucking. You know what I'm saying? I'm 100% Italian. I never identified as white, and somewhere around Barack Obama, I became white. And then the problem was I started defending all white causes. I started acting white. And then I looked at myself and said, what the fuck is white? I tried to define it.
Yeah.
I said, now I'm a very analytical. You guys watch me on the show. I mean, maybe if you do watch me, I'm a very philosophical, analytical guy. I may come off as Columbo, as a high Mason, but that's just, I'm playing you that way, right? But
I'm freaking philosophical over here.
I try to operationally define things. And then I said, can I operationally define it? Operational definition is a very specific definition. I said, can I define what white is and what white culture is?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't do it because, when you look at what is defined white, you have Italian, you have German, you have Irish, you have Scottish, you have are you telling me that every single person that's deemed white is exactly the same with the exact same culture? No.
Nope.
And then I go, okay, so can I define black? And I couldn't do it without all the racial stereotypes, watermelon and fucking grape juice.
But
you know what I'm saying?
So earlier you mentioned, right? We got people, religions, the government, everybody who's been moving to control people and this social construct, right? We all know, like, I'm so glad you say that. I only use the terms black because that's what they have, at least in my area. I'm from a Jim Crow area, you know what I'm saying? Like, to where it was literally like you was black. They erased in the ethnicity, right? And what you mentioned was a nationality and an ethnicity, right? And being Italian. That's a whole, the actual subset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Italian's black, by the way.
It is. Like,
can I be honest with you? I don't know how we were gifted fucking whiteness, but I'm gonna tell you a true story really quick, bro. I went to my wife started a new job. We got invited to a celebration of a 1-year anniversary of a wedding, and it was one of her black friends. And I use these in quotations because I don't believe it.
Look,
we walk
one
in.
thing we know over here, right? When you're saying, like, you're with us, so when you say it, it's not in the right wing grifter spear. It's go ahead.
I walk in.
We know it's because you truly hate black people. It's fine.
I walk into this party, right? And when I tell you, my wife is a beautiful, beautiful blonde woman, just fucking smoking hot. But she stood out like an iPhone fucking flashlight. I mean, let's face facts. She was glowing. And it was funny because all of Teresa's aunts and uncles, it was their job to get my wife on the dance floor. They had to do it, right? But they thought I was like Puerto Rican or some shit because you know the percolator?
Yeah,
I can fucking dance. So the percolator comes on. I said, hey, can I still do the percolator? So I start, it's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. And I start fucking ripping out the percolator. They didn't even think I was white because they thought I was Puerto Rican. Italian could be Mexican. My wife thought Italian was black and Mexican mixed because she's from fucking North Carolina. She don't know nothing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, so when I was at this party, I felt more at home there than I did 2 weeks earlier when I went to my wife's friend's 40th birthday party, and it was all like uptight white motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And once again, white.
Right.
And it was the people where it was like the percolator was 100% not played, and I'm a percolator. I'm a percolator. So what am I? What am I? Like, and that's what bothers me about about all of this, man. We are so much the same. We are so similar. But what they want to do is they want to paint us in corners. They want you being black and they want me being white. And can you do me a favor, Pro? Can I ask you a very serious question?
What's up,
can I ask you? I've asked so many people this question. What the fuck is black and what is black culture? I'm not sure it's a question that could be answered, and I'm not expecting you to answer it.
Yeah, it's not one of those let me there we go.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's one of these things where it's like, you know what my problem is people that are identifying as white don't even know what white is. And people that are identifying as black do not even know what black is.
The country did it to us. They gave it to us. This came in the census, right? And it happened for reasons. You know what I mean? But first of all, like, first thing they did was they took an extreme obvious by eyesight, right? we know raised up in, we learned our colors. We learned what black is. We learned what white is. We learned what red is. We learned what blue is. We learned what yellow is. We learned what green is. We learned what orange is, purple, brown, so forth, so on. Right. So they're like, all right, well, anything that's absent of darkness, we're going to call it white. And anything with extreme darkness, we're going to call it black. Right.
But what was the connotations behind it?
So now that we can go
the people that created the white and the black, white was correct, black was wrong. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, definitely agree. Agree. That's just like white is the light, black is the darkness. You know what I'm saying? Like
so one of the things that bothers me, Pro, and maybe I ask a lot of people this question, and I'm gonna come off like fucking such an asshole asking this, but it's the truth. And I'm a person that asks very true questions. Why do black people identify as something that was given to them by white racists?
Because when we do go to identify as anything else, they get demonized. Right.
But you're demonized regardless, right? Because
you're right. So what I'm saying in that is, right, it's like we're demonized as black, but at least that's the one that they recognized. It's bad, but it's the
bad.
We right now. So I tell it, I'm a Geechee, right? I'm a Geechee from Savannah, Georgia. I'm the Geechee conservative, right? I eat the fuck out some rice. It's fish Fridays around this piece. You know what I'm saying? We eat collard greens. We grow like I'm a Geechee. That's who I am, right? I understand that there are ethnic connections to the continent. I'm just going to say the continent of Africa. There are different things that we do that are from just the different areas, because we had a lot of people who were on the eastern seaboard, which is opposite of Africa. So if they travel over here, whether they travel through the slave ship or they traveled on the ships on their own or whatever, they came from that way, so there's a whole mixture of that. A lot of us practice Kwanzaa, right? Even though it's a younger thing, right? It was started in the 60s, but it was still connections and lineage and links back to Africa. We know that. Whenever blacks, especially African American dark skins, I'm just saying that I look. How long has it been black?
Can you define what black is for me? I don't want to cut you off, right?
But like, there's no true definition of what.
So I've asked scholars this question. I've asked scholars this question, and with their responses, and I don't mean to cut you off. I really want to dive into this, because in all the shows that I've done, I've spoke to people that are educated in African American studies and the whole nine yards, right? And I asked them, what exactly is black? And what the consensus is, and I don't know if this is true or not. I'm not saying this is true. What I'm saying is what I've been told is people that are from Africa that have gone to America, they are blacks. They're not African American, because even like people like, it's weird because if you're African and you come here, it's almost like Americanized Africans almost. It's tough to understand. That's why I'm asking the question, what exactly is it?
But that's honestly, that's what it is. That's why I say black was a title that came into play in the 1800s.
Yes.
Okay. In the 1800s. We were here arguably before the settlers. And a lot, like if you really look into history, you'll find like throughout the United States, there were different tribes of Indians, there were different tribes of natives, and they all look different.
There was 3,000 black Americans owning 12,500 black slaves.
Yeah.
When you put it that way.
But see that now, that's what they got rid of. They got rid of. So that's what I'm saying. In the when they brought this race construct into play, right?
Race construct. I love how you put that.
Yes. And that's why I said, like, I'll relate to it as black, because I know the laymen's who are watching it, that's what they think. right? That's what they identify as, because
But
that's what
why do
they've
you
been taught.
identify as black though,
Because
Crow?
that's
Like,
what they've been taught. If you look
but
at your
why do you
ID.
why do you
Look at
identify from a
no,
racist
no.
point of view?
We're not identifying it from a racist point of view. We're identifying it based on just the label itself. Just when I say just the label, take out your ID card
But
and
you
tell
said
me
black.
what. Hold
You
on,
said black is bad though, right?
I
Like
don't. I don't.
no. But we agreed earlier that
Mhm.
the racists that were in charge,
That's what they said.
they made white good and they made
Mhm.
black bad. It was a social construct.
Mhm.
So the thing that I struggle with is this.
It was a teaching. So in saying
Yes,
that, I want to
but
answer
hold on,
that. It was a
but hold on. Hear
teaching
me out.
in
Hear me out real quick. Hear me out
what?
real quick. This is what I struggle with. The term black was created by racists.
Mhm.
It was created by white racists.
Mhm.
And it was given to people to demean them. And the word nigger was
So
created to hold on. Hear me completely out. It was created to completely demean people. And what I struggle with is why a certain group of people pushes the idea of black when it's demeaning and it was racist and it was pushed on and it was created by the people that were the most racist. Because let's face facts, 99% of Americans did not own slaves, 1 or 2% did, right? So these terms were created by the most powerful and the most racist, and they created these social constructs that people identify as, and they're identifying in the way the racists want them to identify as. And I can't understand how it works. And it
well,
keeps people like me and you
every
fighting each
time,
other.
I'm not good. Look, you're not even a.
But you
No,
not,
wait a
not
minute.
me and you. You know what I'm
Wait.
saying?
No, no, I understand, but
It
wait, just
keeps
hold on.
blacks and whites over here when we're
We
all the same people. We're just being conditioned to be against each other. And that's the part that I struggle to understand with this race
we
argument.
don't the race car plays. Okay, let's take this back. When they put that definition, that's what they said it was to be. That wasn't necessarily what actually played out. That was what they said it was to be. And either people fell into the trap of believing that's what it was to be, or they just lived on. And then people will be like, oh shit, that's really just some bullshit. All right. So again, I see if naked eye, just because of the teachings, right? Water is wet, fire is hot, red is red, black is black, blue is blue, because of the teachings. This is what I see as far as just the basic 1+1 is 2, and you can't tell me nothing else is what it is, right? But now telling me, oh, black is evil, black is bad, black people are this. Well, to me, that is you telling me 1+1 is 5.
But isn't
When
that
my
what you're teaching?
actualities and truth is that no, these are good. Case in point, during the same time that white is good, black is bad, black people are evil, the same time this race shit was put into play, you still had white parents, white mothers who birthed child, who had a black nanny who their white child was sucking on that black woman's nipple. You feel me? So
I
even
do.
though they said and they were telling them that black is bad, this, that, and the third, these people lived and learned, wait a minute. No, that's not necessarily true, right? You had a lot of slave owners. I'm from the South, so I can say that the slave owners weren't all evil slave owners cracking whips, having forced, horrible, laborious conditions, right? You had slave owners just because of the laws and the construct of what was happening. And there were some people who were buying into the evil, negative connotation. So then in turn, they were out here killing black folk, hanging black folk, XYZ, just saying the black folk as of what they had as laws and how they were living at the time,
Bro,
to where you had owners, hold on, who would actually, I'm going to purchase you and put you in slavery but you're not actually a slave. You're a family member. I'm just doing this to protect you because of the laws that are on the books and the way that people are acting and the way that people are moving. That's why in a lot of places, like you're Italian, you're from the New Jersey, New York area, right? So I'm sure that, well, I don't know. I'm sure I can only guess that there was a lot of mix because you already told me, like, hey, look, we're black. We got some kind of like so there was some
I got
mixing of
flavor, bro. I got
culture.
fucking flavor. You see the color I
Right.
got?
You know what I'm
I'm
saying? You
sexy
had
as a motherfucker.
friends, you had people, you know what I'm saying, from the melanated side of the world, right? The deeper melanated, the
But why
African
is it?
descendant people, right, who were your friends, and y'all didn't live in the construct or the belief of what was America that, oh yeah, well, if you're black, and again, we only say that because 2020, I did the census, okay? I was actually a census taker. I walked door to door taking census from people, and we had to ask the question of the census, hey, are you white? Are you black? Are you
That's the fucking problem.
and that's what I'm saying.
Bro,
But
that's the
now,
fucking problem
no,
because no one
because
knows who
they're
the fuck
doing
white or
that.
black is.
So now,
let me-
because no, now, but when you went now, I will say, once you asked, are you white? Are you black? Are you non-white Mexican? Right? When you checked off those first ones, then it went into, are you Italian? Are you Swedish? Are you, like, you had this whole list. And again,
But
it's
black is
because
one thing.
no, it's not. And
Black
that's
is
what,
one.
not,
Yeah,
no,
it
no,
is
no, no,
because
no.
now
Listen,
you have people that are from the Dominican Republic that are black. You have people that are from fucking Haiti
that's
that are
what I'm
black.
saying. When it got to
Black encompasses
when it got
a
to
whole
in the
fucking thing,
census,
bro.
no, in the census, just like white, when it asked, are you Swedish? Are you this? Are you that? It was the same thing over again.
And
I
it's
had
all
the,
bad.
no. What I'm saying is, because we can talk about white and black status, which is a whole different, which is the bad, as you're stating, that whole situation of status, or we can talk about how they blended and twisted race, ethnicity, and this whole color classification that they have on the census. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when I'm speaking, it's the overhead, but you have the small brain people and the small understanding people and the big understand. I can talk to you about other ethnicities and other cultures and true nationality, and that's the whole point of, like, you born in America, well, you're an American. Right now you're bringing the whole nationality play. It's like, it's different plays, but it's like, which understanding of it and which lane do you see, and and which way are you moving in. I don't operate in the low brain space of black is evil, or in my case, what a lot of people
Neither
would
do
say,
I.
black is beautiful and white is evil. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people who believe that just off of what they're seeing, just off of what I come from people, right? A community of people who will not look a white person in the eye, right? Because they were taught down here, right, in the South, if you do that, that is a sign of disrespect, and you may end up dead. This is things that they were it's not right. But
can I run to the bathroom real quick?
What's up?
Absolutely.
Can I just run to the bathroom real quick?
I want to jump in and get a word in.
I've been drinking all day. Get a word in, Mike. Take me out real quick.
Yeah,
I'm back in 30 seconds.
Absolutely. And it's just because I didn't honestly have nothing that, bro. That was powerful, and I love, letting you work. I'm getting text messages over here saying he's trying to tell Pro about his blackness, LOL. And it's like, no, and I think I understand where he's coming. It's important we have these conversations. What the question I want to ask is, okay, the common ground I see here is the fact that there was basically a coordinated effort to label black as bad. And that's not a good thing. And then it's but my question is, if we agree to that, but you don't really have a choice on a census, or you don't really have a choice on a driver's license or a job application, then what do? Right? Like, what is the other option, or what should we do? How should we redo it within the federal government and all, documents, you know what I mean, from taxes to census to job applications? What should we do? And for both of you, and I just want to present these questions because I think there's more common ground here. You know what I mean?
You either own it You either own it because that is what, as you said, this is what is given to you. What else do you have? It's on your fucking driver's license, it's on your business application, it's on your job application, it's they're asking you it everywhere. Okay. They're asking you it even on your tests. When you was in fucking school and you took tests to get, they asked you what is your fucking race on fucking test in school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah, no,
like,
absolutely.
when the motherfuckers are out here, you know what I'm saying? Look out for a white suspect. Look out for a black suspect. Yeah, I got a white male here, blonde hair, blue eyes, or yeah, I got like this is the shit. It's they're using it. So either we wipe them from using it and put out what's actually supposed to be there,
Right.
or fuck it. This until we can get rid of it. This is where we are, and we have to fucking own it as best as we can. And there's a lot of us now. We're just like, fuck it, we're going to own it. And it is a different culture. Of course, the culture is different. You know what I'm saying? Like black music isn't white music. You know what I'm saying? The Percolator is not Kenny Chesney. Okay, it's like it's just not the same. Goddamn, Luke Combs is not Luther Vandross. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, no. Slash is not Michael Jackson. You know what I mean?
Not,
fair enough.
You know, he's not. So
and the funny thing is, I'm saying Michael Jackson is black music, which is even kind of, you know, like he's pop. He's not.
But guess
really
what though?
black music. So.
Guess what though? That's where he started, right? And what will be labeled as black music. If we remember, if we remember, I mean, let's think about it. Have you've seen? Come on, man. You're in entertainment, so I know you've seen the 5 Heartbeats.
Oh, of course.
I know you saw the Temptation movie, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I know you see all of these when these melanated black artists were on the rise. You had these radio stations who were like, not gonna play that black music. You know what I'm saying? You had Elvis, they were like, oh, he's around here doing the black dance. We're not gonna have him gyrating. We're only going to show him from, you know, saying the torso up.
Elvis is white as fuck doing black shit.
Yeah, he was, but you know, but he hung with the real ones. You know,
can I ask you, can I be real, everybody, for a second? Like, one of the things that I think is the biggest detriment to society is the word "your" and whatever follows it. So if you're black, so, or you're white, so, right? Because, you know, the truth of the matter is, if you're a white kid or you're a black kid in my town, Brick Township, New Jersey, you have really the same exact shot at going anywhere you want. The only difference is what's held back in your. So if you're told constantly you're black, so you have to be a certain way because the world's against you, you're going to be creating so many people that have animosity to the world that they don't even realize that they shouldn't have. Right? No, there's no white person on the planet that's saying you're white, therefore you're disadvantaged. And because of that, you don't have white people that are thinking of themselves in a negative way. The words "you're black" are the biggest fucking problem that we face, because we agreed earlier that black, for whatever fucking stupid, retarded reason, means negative. And it means negative, and it was designed that way by racists. Right? And now we have people that are identifying that are calling themselves that. Every time the N-word is uttered in any form, it's a negative connotation. It's all negative. It means nothing but negative shit. There's no other way you could frame the N-word, whether you end it with an A or end it with an R, that means positive things. So it troubles me when people identify as negative. And in doing so, it creates a group of people like me, that when you label me, when you force, you're white, you're fucking white, fucking believe it, you're fucking white. And I don't know what white even means, but I know it's better than black. You're creating people that are better than other people.
So
And when
Well, I
you
mean,
do
not
that,
to not
words, I would say it's not
what
the
what I,
word itself. I see where you're going, but I just want to I want to add a little bit more seasoning so you'll understand, right?
add it, because I'm
Because
trying to
what
understand.
you're saying, I just want to make sure it's not the words, right? It's the action. Somebody may tell someone that and they never experience it, and then they're going to be like, wait a minute, I don't know, they lied to me.
It's the
But
meaning behind it, pro.
no, no,
It's the
no. I'm
meaning
just
behind it. That's all I'm saying. The
it's
meaning
like
behind black and white.
the
They
meaning doesn't.
formulate the meaning behind it, and people believe in the meaning behind it. And we shouldn't be believing in the meaning behind it, because black and white are the same exact thing. There's nobody black, there's nobody white. We want to formulate teams. We're part of a tribe. This is part of something I call toxic tribalism, where you have to be a part of a team. And because you're part of that team, you will make excuses for that team, and you
No one
defend that team. It's the same thing I did
is.
when white was thrusted on me, right? I
Mhm.
became white, and then I defended whiteness, and I didn't even know what the fuck I was defending, right? It's the same people. We just had a story where a student grabbed a kid's backpack and another kid stabbed him. Happened to be a white kid and a black kid, right? But
Mhm.
because that black kid stabbed a white kid, everybody on the black side, I'm not saying everybody, sorry, excuse me, a lot of people that are on my page on the black side immediately went to defense on the black kid because
Did
he
you
was
not
on the
see what was
team.
happening? Did you
What's that?
not see what was happening?
What was happening?
The fucking white grifters went bananas. Are you fucking serious? Like niggas was just looking at it like niggas get stabbed or niggas get shot every day, B. Like that's what we were looking at. Niggas get shot every day, B. Like, I'm sorry it happened to a kid, but that shit happens to kids. My schools literally just had Stanley Cups banned because they're the fucking new brass knuckles.
Think about
You
what
know what
you're
I'm
saying,
saying?
pro. Think
So,
about what you're
but the
saying,
white
pro.
grifters
Think about what you're
went,
saying, pro.
huh?
Think about what you're saying.
No, I know what I'm saying. I'm not
What
saying
you're
it's right.
saying is this shit happens every day, so it just should happen. It should happen.
I'm not saying that it just should happen. That's not my statement at all.
Yeah.
All right? Because I'm against that shit
I think the point
completely.
is that it's a grifty situation.
It's a
Yeah.
grifty situation.
The
They went
problem
like
is,
the
the
words
problem is
went.
we have
It's the
teams,
no,
and we get
bro.
on
It's the
teams.
action. It's the actions of people. Like if it never happened and you don't experience it, then it's some bullshit. But the moment that you experience it, or gives the illusion of you truly just experienced it, then that's what gives it validity to a person. I'm Mike. My first girlfriend in life was a fucking white girl. I'm from the suburbs initially, okay? My fucking first girlfriend was a white girl in middle school. In middle school, bro. And I didn't give a fuck that she was white or none of that. She was a cool ass person. People were having boyfriends and girlfriends. That was my fucking girlfriend. I had a situation happen at the school. I won some candy from answering a question from the goddamn teacher. Somebody stole my candy. All right. When I realized my candy was missing, I said I had a mechanical pencil. I was a mechanical pencil freak. I didn't like regular pencils. I wanted mechanical pencils. And you know what? A mechanical pencil, you pump the lead out the top of the pencil, right? That's what the mechanical pencil. I picked up my pencil and said, hey, when I find out who took my candy, I'm gonna pump your ass full of lead. And literally was talking about my mechanic. This is true story. You can ask my parents. They will tell you that this story, this actions of events happened in my life. All right. That was the situation. I got suspended for terroristic threats, right? And had to goddamn leave school. Now, that was my choice for saying that, but somebody stole from me. And it was a FAFO situation as a middle schooler, all right? When me and my dad left school and he asked about the candy, because the principal was like, oh, yo, he wasn't supposed to have candy in school anyway, and this, that, and the third. My dad found out that the teacher gave it to me, and that man said that shit. My pops busted U-turn and took his ass right back to the goddamn school. All right. Took his ass back to the school, hollered at the principal. It was at that moment where the principal was like, well, You're right. I understand, but maybe it's best for him not to be at this school. And then he turned over a folder of statements from my girlfriend at the time, we're in middle school, girlfriend, her friends going to the counselor, Mike, the fucking middle school counselor, talking to the counselor about understanding and my friend has a boyfriend that is black and we don't know how to deal with this. This is early fucking 2000s, Mike. I didn't know about racism, didn't care about a motherfucking racism, Mike. I had a white girlfriend. I didn't give a fuck, okay? But her friends, who I had no conversations with, didn't have to deal with, we weren't calling each other's phones back and forth. I was talking to my girlfriend. But they're going to the counselor about their friend having a black boyfriend. All right. And the black principal at the time telling my parents, yeah, this is going on. These people done did this. He ain't never had no interactions with them or nothing, but they're just coming and they're talking to the counselor about how, he has a girlfriend and it's white and we don't know how to deal with it or this, that, and the third. So maybe it's just best that if you have another place for him to go to school, maybe it's just best that you have him go to school there. This is my fucking living. And I left that school from the middle school in which I lived in the suburbs and went to the school that was in the hood, which was the middle school that I graduated from, that eventually I ended up being over at the feeder high school a year later after another situation happened, right, in the school system. And it ended up in ultimately being, oh, well, there's two rival rap gangs beefing in the school, and we don't want this to end up into another. Made it the looking at it, the white principal made it some black rap beef bullshit to a room full of black parents and said, if you have another, maybe it's another, maybe if you got another school for them to go to, maybe that'd be best. I seen it. I never let it stop me. Some of my best friends still to this day.
Is when you watch the situation happen where you had a black kid bring a knife to a fucking to a school event and stab a kid in the heart.
That's wrong.
What you immediately no, that's exactly what happened.
I know, that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying that is wrong.
But,
I'm not
but,
saying
but,
that is
okay.
that
So,
is something that
sorry,
should be. Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. But what you watched happen was this. If you were on the black team, you immediately said, "Oh, well, the kid grabbed his backpack," and you immediately made excuses for why the kid stabbed him.
Yeah,
And
I don't agree with the stabbing.
No, and I'm not
Yeah.
saying you do. I'm not saying you do, but you've seen that out there, right? You've seen the fact that you have the black team and you have the white team. And there's people on the white team that would defend anything that the white people do, and there's people on the black team that defend anything that the black people do. And what I'm saying is your teams are horseshit because we're all the same people. But what you're watching is when a kid stabs another kid in the chest, there's ways you could report it. If it was just teen stabs teen in the chest, people, you think of it one way, right? But if it was a white kid stabbing a black kid, it would have been it would have been racist white kid stabs black kid in the chest, and your thought about it the entire in a totally different fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
But the way it was responded here was, yeah, a kid got stabbed at a high school football game, and because it was a black kid stabbing a white kid, it doesn't fit any narrative. The news doesn't play it. It's not on 24/7 nationwide news. And the reason why something like this should be on the news, because you know what? Whether it's black on black crime or white on black crime or black on white crime or white on black crime, can we just all admit that we have a serious violence problem? And no matter what it is, no matter what color you are, if you're a fucking human being, you're pissed. And for whatever reason, you're pissed off. And we have a lot of violent humans that are on this planet. Why can't we address that? Stop looking at it as black and white, because you know what we're doing? We're creating a lot of animosity between people that don't need to be there. We are all the fucking same. How about we start respecting each other for being the same and addressing the problem? And we definitely have a violence problem. We have a mental health problem, but nobody wants to talk about it.
I think it's because, you know, America's just a violent place, man. Like they could, like
it is.
It was.
I don't
it was
think
a
it
social.
is.
No. What I'm saying. What
We're
I'm saying
really
is
not, bro. We're
No.
very fucking safe. It's
No,
pockets of violence.
I'm not talking about where we live. America is a violent place. The corporation, the same people who started the race separations, right? The same, they again, that is a, you don't see that as a violent situation. White is good, black is evil, and anything in between should be a fight. That is evil. And they're the one, and though no.
Why do people believe in evil though? You identify in evil. If you identify as black, what you're saying is you identify as evil.
I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not there.
But it kind of is, bro. Right? Like what I'm saying is,
I'm not.
If you identify as black and you admit that black has bad connotations to it given to you by white racists.
Water.
Why would you want to identify that way?
Should I never drink water because people drown in water?
No, you should identify as an American human being, not a color. Because color is a spectrum and it's horseshit.
Look, I know my nationality is American, and you can never take that away from me.
Yeah.
But again, like I told you, there are different levels to this shit. There's ethnicities. There are multinational people. There are first generation Americans who are attached to their parents' home. That's multinationality homes right there.
Does black mean good?
It's different. Yes.
Celebrate that then. Why isn't that celebrated?
Who doesn't?
I agree with you. I grew up loving black people. This is the crazy part about this, bro. I love Michael Jordan. I love Barry Sanders. I love fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Nobody is saying that it isn't celebrated. We do
it
celebrate.
Isn't though. It's not the protocol. It's not.
You got to look.
It's not.
You need to come around more. Maybe you should add me on Facebook. Maybe you should add me on Facebook.
Can I be honest with you?
But what I'm saying, because
you are a great representative of what black should be.
But again,
and what humans should be. Sorry, what humans should be. You're a great representative. Listen, stop for a second. Bro. Bro, what I'm saying is, it pains me that word, you're this so. It pigeonholes people. It stops people's potential. I hate it. I hate the negative connotations that were given from the racist fucking people that we're fighting against. All of us are.
We're doing that,
right?
And that's what I'm saying.
But a lot of people that identify as black, they identify as the worst parts of the black race. No, listen to me for a second. And you know this for true. You know this is true. There's a large part of the black community that identifies as the worst part of what the most racist people wanted to portray blacks as. They identify as that.
Majority?
I wouldn't say majority. No, I say there is a section of black people that identify as the part of black that was deemed horrible by the racists.
So I'm asking you, is this the
Yes.
majority or is this a small number? But it compared to the majority minority, is it a small number of a minority,
Do you
or
want
is
me to
it
be honest? Do you want me to be honest with you? Or do you want me to be do you want me to lie to you?
I'm asking.
I think 89% of black people were lied to in their lives, and they're told and they believe that black is bad deep down in their soul.
I don't.
And I believe that you guys believe that black, you have so much pride in being black, but in your own identity, black means bad things.
No.
And I don't understand why
No.
you believe
Well, let me
in a
educate you.
white racist connotation of what black is.
Let
You
me
guys are
educate you.
such wonderful fucking people.
Let me educate you. Hold
We've
on.
idolized you.
I'm
Hold on,
giving you.
stop. Everybody has
No, I'm not
idolized
stopping.
black
I'm done
people for
stopping. I'm done
everybody.
stopping, Mike. I'm done
No, but
stopping
I'm
because
just saying, like,
I
it's
understand what you're saying,
unbelievable.
but I want you to know that no, there's a larger majority of us that do believe that we're great and do believe
Awesome.
that we fuck. And I'm
It's
letting
how
you
you
know
fucking
the problem
should be.
is no, right. And that's what we do, and that is how we operate. The
But why
problem.
isn't
Hold
you're
on,
black, so you're negative?
I'm telling you right now. Just listen for a second. Right? If we were just allowed to just live, right, and not have whatever come see how in the fuck we are just living, and don't make up a story, because all you see is the made up stories of the shit that they want you to see, but just come enjoy us live, and you will see, damn, the fuck is they talk about? Remember I said when you experience, it shows different than what you've been told. It's the same shit. You are told, right? The negative, yeah, they always shooting, or they always killing, or they ain't this, or all of them are they're just not going to be anything in life. No, that's not true. There are a lot of people who go for being awesome, but again, they just happen to run into an experience that'd be like, damn, maybe it is true. And you have something like, okay, I'm going to fall into this, which is a small majority, and the rest of them, they just move forward and go right ahead. Like, it's there. So many of us just fucking live and just do awesome shit, and some of it is underground and some of it is fucking in the forefront. But if it ain't red, then it can't. If it don't bleed, it don't lead. It ain't lit. It don't lead if it ain't red, right? So they want people to be riled up. The fear porn. That's the stuff that sells.
Yes.
That's the stuff that moves them.
And-
That's what they do. But if we just break up, because they're going to say whatever the fuck they want to say. But if you go and you live it and you see it as a different experience, eventually that will break, because nobody will be buying into the whole stereotypes. Like I said, the black community, like at first, they were uber fucking quiet, right? When the stabbing happened, they were uber fucking quiet outside of, damn, that's fucked up. That happened at a motherfucking school event. You know what I'm saying?
And
That's
all of
why
a
they
sudden
supposed
they
to
went into
have,
full defense
you know,
mode.
then it
You
went
went into full
because
defense mode.
that's what I'm saying, because they gave them something to defend against, and that
No, it's
was
because it
Matt.
was part of a
Hold on,
black team.
no, it
You're
wasn't a
black
black
team, white
We
team, bro.
didn't.
That's what it
No,
was.
we did, but we didn't start. That's what I'm telling you. I didn't see the racial shit come into play until the Matt Walshes of the world. The who else went ham? Steven Crowder, stuff like that.
All those fucking assholes.
They all of them went full blown. See, black is violent. Da 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 da. Like they went hardcore, and then the black folk. Then
So
the black folk went
why
on
do black
defense.
people tell their? So you said something that was so important, and it
What's up?
needs to be. This needs to be flushed out, Pro. You said these 3 words that were fucking amazing.
Yes.
You ready? Hold on. You were told. And what happens is people believe what they're fucking told. Right? And I heard something. It was like, white people aren't taught to worry about black people. But black people are always taught to worry about white people. You're told that you are lower.
And now
You're
they're
told
doing it.
that you're diminished. No, I'm being serious. And it's
No, I'm
one of
being
these
serious
things that
too. Look
drives
at the
me
screen.
fucking crazy. Because you know what? You have this type of kid. You have this kid. And if you believe what's said about him, he had a 3.7 GPA, right? Let's just take what he said. Let's just take what's said about him. He had a 3.7 GPA. He was a track star. He was a really good fucking athlete. What possessed him to bring a knife to a school event and stab another kid, no matter what happened? Not walk away, not run away. What possessed him? We should be focused on what got this child to the point where he stabbed, and his first instinct was to stab.
Agreed.
It wasn't to run away. His first instinct was to stab. I don't care what color you are. This kid looks like a kid that has so much fucking potential.
He was like a track star. Yeah,
it
man.
kills me.
Yeah,
It kills me.
On paper, before this killing,
on paper, he's a stud.
On paper, he was the quintessential kid you want your kid to fucking be.
So shouldn't we? Shouldn't we be saying, hold the fuck on?
Yes.
We have a kid that has a 3.7 fucking GPA. That's a stud fucking track athlete, and he's stabbing somebody.
Yep.
What the fuck happened? It's not the kid who grabbed his fucking backpack. That kid's not the fucking problem. What the fuck is the real fucking problem here?
Or
sorry if I'm getting crazy, but dude, why are we asking the real questions?
But that was the questions that were being asked from some people.
Nobody asked that shit. Nobody asked that question.
Nobody major was asking this question. But
nobody.
Because there were some of us in conversations, in comments, like we hadn't had a big full-on block to talk about it, because Friday I had a short show.
Fucking facts.
You know what I'm saying? Friday I had a short show, and me and Mike said that we will talk about this tonight before he even said, hey, Calderise wants to come on. You know what I'm saying? But what the fuck? Because what this kid did was extreme FAFO. Extreme fuck around and found out. He jumped levels. He didn't step up.
What kid though? What kid are we talking about that fuck around and find out?
Let me just throw this out there, is that, and I agree, it's extreme FAFO. But here's the thing, is that if you're a white conservative, all you get all day on your Twitter feed, all you get all day on your Facebook is watch out for scary, dark guys. You know what I mean? There's black people around every corner waiting to jump out and attack you, that hate you, and blah, blah, blah. And if you are on the left, and if you are a black person, from what I can see now, I'm not a black person, but there is a lot of fear mongering. Donald Trump is about to, put y'all back in chains, as Joe Biden himself said. And so,
literally, bro.
Yeah, so you got kids out there. You got a black kid surrounded by white kids. I'm not justifying anything. Hang in there with me. Don't interrupt and freak out. But you got a black kid who has been fed constantly. Hitler is running the country now. Whites are out here to literally put you back in fields. The bitch literally said they're trying to put you back in the fields, right? And so you got him brain screwed, right, in his head. And so then when he gets attacked, he doesn't have the ability to speak to other human beings, and he doesn't see white kids as just other kids. He sees them as people serving the Fuhrer that are going to put him in the fields or lock him in chains, so he freaks the fuck out. If we're just asking questions, that's something I see. That's something I see right now, is make white people hate black people, which is that's why I pulled this up, because what you guys were talking about, the entire argument is encapsulated in one tweet. You have a fat white neckbeard conservative one, by the way, very popular conservative one. But you have that neckbeard internet dude who hangs out in his basement and has turned it into $1 million. Good for him. Going, hey, GoFundMe, how is this still up? You told us when you took down Kyle Rittenhouse fundraiser that you don't allow them for people accused of violent crimes. Or is that just for what? White people. So there goes a race grifter right there. Then you have the other grifters throwing the GoFundMe up, which I seriously doubt is going to benefit this kid. And it's probably going for some Democratic protest somewhere, quite honestly. If we dug into it, we'd probably find that out anyway. So literally in this one tweet, you have the entire, grift held up there. And once again, you guys are both like, nobody's asking questions. And I'm like,
fresh.
If I didn't know black people, I would be scared of black people if all I did was sit in all day and watch the news.
Dude, okay, Mike, I'm gonna let you, Mike. So as he's talking about black conservatives being fed, being fearful of black people, right? Do you know? Have you heard the story about me and a particular person clutching their pearls at the White House. Are you familiar with that story with me?
I believe I heard that story. Yeah.
Yeah. Candace Owens. Candace Owens clutched her pearls on me. And I was a nigga in a suit and a tie and standing on the right outside of Trump's house next
I
to the
wouldn't
truck
say
with
you're. I wouldn't say
no,
you're a
I'm
nigga,
no,
bro.
I'm saying
hate
that
that
jokingly
word.
because no, look, that is how I said that for a reason. It was very tongue in cheek because
Okay.
that was how she responded to me. Okay. I
Candace Owens is a
literally
little white chick.
but
Yeah,
bro, listen, okay, bro, check me out.
Can we be
Check me
honest,
out. Check
bro?
me out. Check me
There's a lot
out.
of black girls
But
out there that are fucking appropriating white chicks.
no, listen, okay, and I agree. But what I'm saying is because of stories that she believes, right, that she's been told, me telling her, hey, Miss Owens, I just want to say, you know what I'm saying, what's up? My name is, I lost my first Twitter account, my account that I had from 2008 when Twitter first started, bro. I lost that account in 2019 defending Candace Owens when T.I. did that bullshit at the motherfucking Revolt Summit. When it was her, Killer Mike, T.I., and a couple other people were on stage, right? And T.I. did some fuckery. And I was on, and I approached him
He looked like
like
such he's like such an asshole.
yeah, bro. Bro. Look, and for me to look, I am a Tip fan. Okay, Urban Legend was an album that was on consistent repeat for me. Okay, I am also a fan of Need for Speed, video games, Fast and Furious type shit. I bought Need for Speed Underground and fucking lost my shit when 24s was on the goddamn soundtrack list. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of my favorite games. So like for me to have to get in my element, right, as another Georgia boy to T.I. because of how he approached that woman, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel about her politically, for you to call yourself the king of the South, and when a woman is speaking, you interrupt this woman and you make a mockery of the conversation and you're of such high nobility as a king, nigga, that's fuck shit. And I'm gonna let you know that's fuck shit. I lost my Twitter for telling that to him. All right.
Can we
And I was like,
define?
huh?
Can we define what fuck shit is?
Man, you know what fuck shit is when you see fuck shit.
Also,
I love
Calderise,
I love some fuck shit.
Calderise, you're saying
I
the
can
black
fuck
is
some
bad.
shit.
I just wanted to give you this pushback. You understand, to us good white Southern boys, you East Coast Italians that own construction companies are bad guys too. You know what I mean? Come on. Look,
let me tell you something.
you big thug Guido. Look at Tulsa King. Have you seen the show Tulsa King? It's
And
a whole
look,
show about an asshole
listen,
like you
and
coming to my
Freddie, my
town.
nigga.
You know
Sopranos,
what I'm
you all
saying?
you motherfuckers know Sopranos. I get it. Listen,
Yes.
I'm kidding.
so
I just that was a joke I had loaded in the barrel. Come on.
you know what's very funny is I'm an Italian from New Jersey, obviously, right? Yeah, it's and fucking.
Hey man, did
it's
you
a,
wake
it's
up
a
this morning
glowing.
and get yourself a gun? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had chicken
Oh,
cutlets for fucking
man.
breakfast, right? You know what I'm saying, and meatballs and sausages for fucking lunch, and that's actually a true story.
I feel
But
like you say that's some good fucking bread at least 2 or 3 times a week. That's some good fucking bread.
but it's funny because when I went to school in North Carolina, I was pulled over by the same 3 cops twice a fucking week, bro. It was on rotation. And it's no bullshit. And I was going 37 and 35, and they saw New Jersey plates and they pulled me over. And it was every fucking time. Yes, sir. I was going 35. No, sir. Blah, blah, blah. And it was every fucking week going to school. And they made me late to class every fucking week. And it was because Sopranos was going on, and I was looked at as a New Jersey fucking gangster. And it's truth, you know, and when I bring that up, it's like I always bring it up in defense of like, well, when other people say, "Oh, I'm pulled over because of my color," I was like, "Well, what the fuck was I pulled over for?"
Your
I was
color,
pulled over for
you got a nigga treatment. We call that the nigga treatment.
exactly, but this is my point, right? So like, how the fuck am I deemed a certain color? Because I felt like I was getting a fucking treatment of
Oh,
you know.
So let me,
It's
but
funny
let me ask
because
you this. But let me-
colored colored is bad, but people of color is okay. You know what I'm saying? If I add 3 different fucking words, I could say color, but I can't say colored. It's some horseshit.
you, my friend, I just need you to understand this, all right? if you being around the hood, being around a bunch of what society has deemed by what we see through our eyes as black people, you would be just another nigga in the crew. Just
I
like you
would
said,
be.
you
I
and
was.
that.
Don't
But
you
see,
understand
look,
something? I was. How did fucking Italians become white, bro?
Look, you know who did
I'm
that?
Italian.
You know who did that? The quartering did that. Okay, people like the quartering did that. Right?
Yeah, but pro, can I ask you a
But that,
serious question?
and
Can I ask you a
unfortunately,
serious question?
what's up?
Answer me
Mhm.
very seriously. If Hitler gave you your nationality and your ideology, would you accept it?
Fuck no.
You would.
It
So
ain't
why
me.
the fuck are you accepting
It
everything
ain't.
else?
I don't.
Evil
That's why I tell you,
evil
I'm a
motherfuckers
Geechee. I'm a,
created race.
all right.
Evil
So
motherfuckers created race.
can I let you know something? You asked me a question, and I don't want to go deep into that question. I do not want to get into that subject tonight. But what I will say is that when we have conversations about like serious people, right? Serious people, the serious people who are I don't give a fuck about a check or none of that. The serious people, when we talk about reparations, we talk about repairing, that is a section of that repairing, right? Getting rid of this, just breaking us down and clumping us into this black, you know what I'm saying, situation that you have in a census, but allowing us to tell you what our nationality is, what our ethnicity is, and we deem and say, just like motherfucking Chinese can come over to this motherfucker and they identify as nationality of Chinese and they get connections to all they consulate and they're even have a point where they got a fucking police fucking force operating in this motherfucker taking care of them, and all of them are in communications and just like they have that, just like that is there. We should be able as
Chinese is a country though, bro.
China is a country, but
What fucking country is black?
no, we're Americans. We're not saying that we're not. That's what I'm
I'm not
saying.
trying to. No,
Let
but
us.
you're
No,
not
no, 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 no,
Americans.
no,
You're
no, no.
black.
We're
That's the
talking
point.
about.
Like, so if you're
We're
Americans,
talking
be
about
American.
that we are.
But that's the point.
We
So
are.
be American.
We are.
There's no country black.
There,
There's
no,
Chinese. There's fucking
there's not. That's
Indian. Right? You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, bro, I want to get to a point where we're beyond skin.
I hear you.
Didn't I just say that I'm a Geechee? I told you I'm a Geechee American.
I fucking love it, dude.
Okay,
We're
no,
Americans.
but
We're
that is,
fucking Americans.
but
Let's
that is,
celebrate that.
But no, but
guys, let me ask you one question. Where was the fortune cookie invented?
USA, baby.
No, it's India.
Exactly. Okay. No, United States of America.
Hello, my
The fortune
friend.
cookie.
You have a
wait. Let
fortune
me
cookie
explain
for
why. My
yourself.
friend. No, but let me explain why. By the way, that wouldn't be Chinese anyway. But regardless,
It was
let me
Indian.
explain something to you. There is a cool thing in this country that I love that I think we shouldn't run away from, but especially us on the right should embrace, and that is the American ethnoculture that you don't get anywhere else in the world. Because Chinese folks came here, black folks came here or were born and raised here but created their own culture. Wait, hell, man, look, man, there is a white Southern culture that we all know of. You know what I mean? Come on now. You know, there's a Northeastern white Southern culture, Italian
Black
culture.
Southern culture and white Southern culture are the same fucking thing. You all love great fried chicken, and fried chicken in South Carolina is totally different than in New Jersey. Trust me, I know. We have great pizza and no good fried chicken. This is what I'm saying, Fresh Mike, dude. You hit it on the fucking head. We are the same people. We're the same fucking people.
I agree,
and you know what the problem is?
There's a reason I love that I can go to a Peruvian restaurant. I can go to a Peruvian restaurant on Monday, a Vietnamese restaurant on Tuesday, a Mexican restaurant on Wednesday, you know, and have fried chicken on Thursday and steak on Friday. And you can't do that you legit cannot do that everywhere else in the world. If people travel, they understand. That's kind of what makes America awesome, though. So there's nothing wrong with owning that. That's part of. There's a lot of other things. I think our the ability to assist in, you know, and the fact that we have a system set up to build your own business and to be free to do what you want to do to a certain extent. I know we can get into that, but still, at the end of the day, if I chose right now to go out and set up a little table, you know what I mean, outside of a shop downtown Oklahoma City, and they said, yeah, you can set up your table and sell your little baked cookies, I could do that. And if they were good enough, I could, you know, become the next whoever, cookie guy, you know what I mean? Famous Amos, whatever. Anyway, point is, and there I go, being a culture vulture again, my bad. But anyway, I didn't mean it like that. But you know what I'm saying, Chips Ahoy guy. Anyway, that's a joke. Come on, Calderise. Anyway, you're the only funny guy. I see how it is. You know
What?
I'm kidding. But I'm just saying that's what I love about
No,
this
I was with
country.
you, bro. You were fucking rolling.
I don't think there's a problem. Like, I want to go to an Italian fest, and you guys go, hey, here's what we brought over that we mix with stuff indigenous here that creates the American Italian experience, right? I want to go.
But what is American Italian?
I want to go
right?
to a black culture fest, and they go, here is things we've taken from other parts of the world where we're also indigenous from.
But Mike,
just like I go to just like we go to a German fest and we have sauerkraut and we have schnitzel.
but it's not German.
Right?
That shit's not German. This is the fucking problem.
What
We've
am I
come
missing
to America.
there?
This is where everybody's going wrong.
Okay.
Italian's not Italian. What we say in America, right? So for example, in Italy, they don't call it mozzarella. They call it mozzarella. Right? But in New York and New Jersey, it's mozzarella. Right? They don't call it manigotti.
It's not scallopini, it's scallopine. I want some mozzarella, my scallopine.
Exactly. They don't call it manigotta. It's manigotti, right?
It's not
they
the Illuminati,
say things different. American Italian is not fucking Italian. Brooklyn Italian is not Italian.
No,
we call it gravy. They call it sauce. There's not a word for gravy in Italian. There's a word for sauce. But American Italians call it gravy. Why? Because it came over here and it became American. It's American. American Italian, American Black, American German. It's not fucking German. It came here, it changed, and became American German. We're all Americans. Yes. This is the fucking part that everyone is missing. It comes here, and it becomes American. And then you become the American version of your nationality. And it's all fucking American.
Yes. But that's the cool part about it, is that it's American thing. American Italian, American.
Yeah.
Black, American,
but it ain't Italian.
You know,
and it ain't black. It's not African. It's not fucking anything else, bro. It's American. And when we all get that in our heads, where we're not the greatest thing about America and the worst thing about America is we are filled with diversity. But diversity it's like a pro and con, right? Because you have so many people that think they're different, but they're really the same. So when you think you're different, you're going to act different, but you're not different.
Oh, hey,
and you're going to fight like you're different.
Pro will be the first to tell you. Pro will be the first to tell you, one, I have spent years trying to unwigga myself. And then two, because, I
Jigga Slim Shady.
But there are literally millions of white people who identify more with what would be considered, and I don't want to set you off here, man. I'm lighting a dynamite stick just saying this word. But there are millions of white folks out there that identify more with black culture. Sorry, Mike. Then you know what I mean.
But that's me, though, bro.
They grew up.
But that's me.
Too. No. You can go to I took my wife to where I grew up. Boarded up windows in the apartment complex. Not a white person to be seen. You know what I mean?
But why are all the people I looked up to fucking black?
So it was so weird when I had to grow out of that and learn.
They're not black. They're American, right?
Americans. Thank you. Barry Sanders, Michael Jordan. They're fucking Americans. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
No. Look, I'm not saying that I don't understand you, because I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm just saying I only half agree because I believe in the other half too. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay, so Mike, let me ask you a question.
We're taking ownership of both. You know what I'm saying? We're taking ownership of both, which is that is our right to take ownership of both. Like, I'm not going to. It's like, not because never said like I don't believe in fuck America as a country and its ordeals. No, I believe in the founding fucking documents and what this country is supposed to be established as far as we the fucking people being here. I understand that we're a melting pot and that we are people who have agreements, you know what I'm saying, to be unionized in a certain situation, but we identify the rules as being the rules. We just want to live that way. This whole it being taken over and turned into like we are not the country we were founded to be. We are nowhere near the country we were founded to be. This is a corporation that has been turned and manipulated for the better part of uh, hundreds of years for the rich class, the racist rich class, right? They took control of it and they've been turning it and using it a very, very long time in their particular way. Now we're to the point it's like, all right, look, you done said all this, you got years and years and years of construction and building this. We want to tear it down. We are all fine in tearing it down. But
No, we're not.
look, there are things that we're taking ownership of, like the fucking fortune cookie, American made, American situation. The fucking Chinese people who can barely speak a lick of motherfucking English, right? The motherfuckers who done started the Chinese shop. Everything motherfucking Chinese, but the motherfucking fortune cookie is a motherfucking staple to be thrown in the bag. And that ain't they shit. That's American shit. But you know what they did? Oh yeah, y'all gonna call us Chinese, and y'all go, oh, all right, fine, bitch. We gonna go ahead and corner the market, and we gonna have all these shits, and we gonna take owner. This ain't our shit. But since you decided you was gonna create this shit in our name, bitch, thank you. This is mine, and we will throw this in every fucking bag. You will enjoy your chopped chicken. Chopped chicken, shrimp, rat legs with a smile, and you're gonna open your fortune cookie and you might play the numbers on the back of this piece of paper. And you know what? Maybe these few words that we scribble onto this piece of paper may actually be something that is happening with your. It's a possibility. The way that the universe works, who knows? Because I ain't gonna. I'll be the first to tell you. I didn't open a couple of fortune cookies in my life. Where that shit on that paper was like, ooh, shit, nigga. Goddamn, this shit. Ooh, so like it's happened, and it's that again. It is that experience that gives somebody belief in the fortune cookies, right? Somebody done took, man, that piece of paper, man, America just created. They scribble shit, put it in the cookie that's out the goddamn on press machine. That shit's paste anyway. But just gonna make some fortunes in this thing. You gonna like it because the old Chinese wisdom man, he folded this dough and turned it perfectly for this wisdom to be just for you when you get it. And somebody would never get him, like, man, that's some bullshit. And then it hit. It's like, oh, I do believe. And now all this shit is pasted in some different cut papers that then printed off the machine on goddamn random. But the Chinese then took control of it and cornered the market with their food. Where else you go and get a fortune cookie after your meal?
The Chinese that over. You know what I'm saying?
they took it. It ain't theirs. America created. They took it. They cornered the market, and goddamn, it is what it is. And that's
how I become Chinese.
How you become Chinese?
I smoke a lot of weed, bro.
You goddamn right. Yeah.
I get that green medicine in my ass. That's how I
better,
turn
man. Listen, that's another thing. Again, that's another conversation. But the same corporation, these same racist motherfuckers won't even let us have. How you gonna arrest us for a motherfucking plant, nigga? It's a goddamn plant. It's a tomato. It's a piece of lettuce.
You know how? you know how they're able to do it? I'm being serious.
Yeah.
And it comes full circle to what we're talking about tonight. They keep people like us fighting amongst ourselves. So they're able to make stupid ass fucking laws. Like New Jersey, my state, my dumb ass state. They're focused on bird feeders. They're banning bird feeders in the state. Yes, bird feeders. You know, things that feed fucking birds. That's what they're worried about. You feel where I'm going, right? And it's all because they're able to keep us distracted. They're able to keep us at me and you. They're able to keep us talking about, like, Chinese and fucking this and black and they are so good at keeping me and you focused on each other and not focused on the horseshit that they are doing. I don't care who you are, what color you are. You can be yellow, you can be whatever you are. I don't care. They're fucking you. You're getting fucked. White people, black people, we've been fucked forever. We've been fucked together. No one gets it. They are screwing us. But we're focused on color. We're focused on tan. We're focused on your shade of wheat. We're all the same shade of wheat. I got news for you. That's it. We're the same motherfucking family. So, are we going to keep letting these fucking people dictate our lives? Or me, you, Protocol, and everybody in fucking Georgia and everybody in New Jersey, are we going to start realizing that we are the same people? Fuck these other people. They're trying to keep us separate. We are together. And when we get together and we stop acting like we're two different groups of people, do you have any idea how great our country is going to be? Do we have any idea how much power we have? I don't know if we do.
It's true. I personally think Trump winning is a good display of that, by the way.
No,
it can
is.
be. It
It
can
is.
be if used properly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
As
Fuck yeah.
Mike was saying, bro.
Where
Like
you at?
like we actually have to come together. Like, and I don't look, bro. I don't give a fuck. Again, are you a good person? Are you a shitty person? I don't give a fuck
Boom.
about your skin color. It's really, are you a good person or are you a shitty person? And then
Who
we go
are you?
forward from there. Like, it is what it is. If the question comes up, I'll tell somebody, look, no, or but they white. Well, look, your belief in that is that, my belief is this, and I'm telling you that this side is, maybe you need to shake that shit that you're on, right? And just move forward. Just deal with the person accordingly. And when you deal with the person accordingly, then you'll find out. And then you can say whether they're a shitty person or they're not a shitty person. And if you happen to add extra to it, whatever. I think it sucks, but that's your prerogative. Did you come to the agreement that they are a shitty person and you don't want to fuck with them? Now, if you find out they're a shitty person and you continue to fuck with them and do shitty, shady shit with this shitty person, then that makes you in turn a shitty person. And then I don't want to be around you as a shitty person. I want the people who are like, yo, let's just fucking build. Let's just go for it. But it's a numbers game, baby. They're winning because of the fucking numbers game, baby.
And who
So
are you?
like, we have to come together and say that, no, we don't agree with this. All right, fine, band together and move forward. Look, bro, I don't eat beef and I don't eat pork, which puts me at crazy situations when it comes to eating. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm going to a person's house to eat, I let them know, hey, I don't consuming beef and pork. So if that's a problem with you, what you have for that particular dinner, if I can't have something specially prepared or brought in, well, then look, whenever you have this on the menu, then I will join you. And because I don't want to be disrespectful and not partake in dinner with you, and it's something that I don't eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect the person to be like, motherfucker, I cook for you. It's a motherfucking steak, and you gonna turn down my food, bitch? I don't eat beef. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't eat beef. So, like, are you gonna like try and force me to eat beef? Or like, it's okay for us not to partake in certain things. Just understand that it's okay. It doesn't make me bad. It doesn't make you bad. When that is concerned. Now, if you own a far end of a spectrum of some other shit, like there are certain lines that are drawn, and I don't deal with people who touch kids and do certain things of that nature. Like, you will never see me take up for them. That's something that I don't partake in. And not only do I not partake in, I don't agree with anybody who partakes in it. I'm not going to just let you live. I'm about to be on your fucking bumper.
Yeah.
I'm on your bumper. Because that
Pro.
is something that disagree with. But there are people here, you know what I'm saying, because that's where I see, and that's the problem with our country. Again, I'm one of those people who stand on that side of, our country has gotten to a point when it comes to just our local officials. We'll put in people and allow people who think that it's okay for little kids to have access to a book, you know what I'm saying, that's talking about all types of, first of all, it's adult content, you know what I'm saying? And you talking about sucking, fucking, licking, eating bugs, that is adult content, right? When you're making it as cartoon and you're trying to feed it to elementary kids of all ages, I draw a line. I'm one of those people who will draw the line and I'm going to kick ass. But there are people who are in elected positions that think that is okay, right? Because there are other people, other parents, moms, ones who are going and voting for them that think that it is okay, right? We have to come together and be like, yo, that's the shit that we have to focus on. And it's us by the numbers. And again, we can't be separated by the color of the person. Like, no, are they talking my ideology? Right? Are they talking what I don't give a fuck? You don't eat beef, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm not finna let that stop me from voting for you to be the person that's sitting on that goddamn on school board to make sure that there's a vote against the shit that I don't want my kid to have. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
For the
the
record,
thing that I have worked past long ago and do my best to get other people to work past. But that's what this machine, those evil, rich, racist people that started this fuck shit, they have used their propaganda, social engineering mechanism machine of what's the old man? Is it Siegfried Roy? Is that his name? The buddy with the psychology that look I think that's his name. I think it's like
Sigmund Freud. Yeah,
Freud.
Sigmund Freud.
yeah, something like that. I know it's Sigmund Freud and it's Freud, some bullshit. Anyway, the motherfucker studied this shit and they took this study and turned marketing and everything that they do, the way that they control people, the same uh part of the mind that makes people want to pay millions of dollars for a Super Bowl commercial because they know that all the people who are watching are 9 times out of 10 going to partake in whatever product that they just push to them that's within reach, right? Like
Yep.
they do that shit for a reason because they have learned how to socially engineer the people. Those same people are the ones who have us pitted against each other. We just as regular folk just have to be like, hey, look, I don't care about that. Are you a shitty person or not? We're going to build. I'm going to vote for you. We're neighbors. It is all of that. And we may live different and we may eat different things or whatever, but we're still neighbors that believe in the same. I want to have the neighbors around me that believe in the same shit. If a motherfucker do move on the block talking about they trans and kids, we own some Game of Thrones walking old girl down the street yelling shame, throwing shit at her. You understand? Like that's what we're on with anybody who is of a horrible thought. But outside of that, we need to address bigger problems. We need to address the problems that is of humanity. Fucking jet streams, um, and these metals and shit they dropping on our asses, got us coughing and shit, ruining our fucking water, turning our plants and our food and fucking GMO created lab bullshit that's not nutritious for us at all. Like all of that shit needs to go. Let us handle our own shit. Don't be starting laws where I can't have a bird feeder or I can't have fucking chickens in my yard for fresh eggs or I can't have a garden bigger than fucking 3x3. Like, no, all of this shit got to fucking go. Let me live. Let my kids be great. Let all the rest of my offspring be great. Stop fucking taxing me. Tax the motherfuckers from overseas that want to send their shit over here. The shit that I need to have for me as a person, let me create. Let me build. If I decide I want to take that risk of opening that factory, let me do that. Don't tax me into oblivion, right? If I decide that I want to have 100 fucking acres and own a fucking plant 30 miles down the road and my workers for compensation, you want me to have a livable wage? All right, cool. I've built motherfucking houses, all right? And my workers, they don't have a house. I have enough housing slotted for the amount of people that work here versus over here. And they'll live. And if they save money and they want to build, you say they need a living wage. Okay, well, they're making money and I got somewhere for them to stay. And once they've achieved enough money and they want to move and buy their own shit, by all means, handle your fucking business. But you said I need to provide a living wage. This is what I'm doing. I want my people good. I want great productions. I'm fuck it. Don't tell me I can't do it. And I think that's where we are as a country where they will tell us that we can't fucking do it. And that's the shit that I want to get past. Don't tell me that I can't do it. I'm not hurting anybody. Let me do it. Get your greedy hands out my motherfucking pocket. Sit your rich ass down. This is a country and a government. We the people. This is what the fuck we say. Living like this. Take that. No Diddy.
Mike?
I was waiting on you, bro. I like.
No, man, you're the guest. I want you guys to talk. So I'm pretty much in agreement with all that. You know what I mean? With all of that, I'm absolutely in agreement with. I feel like, one of my favorite sayings is there are no racists when the levees break. And, that's just the truth. And I feel like and I think, Mike, I think you speak to this so much to the point of you piss off both sides. And that's how we know you're telling the truth, is that you're like, hey, the levees are breaking and we really don't have time to fight over really stupid shit because we're going to turn around and look how far it's gone in 20 years. Think about the 90s. You know what I mean? Think about the fact that Barack Obama ran on deporting and, you know what I'm saying, and ending war. And now he deported. Okay, so
and
Donald
reciprocal tariffs and
Yes,
reciprocal tariffs
and cutting the government back. There's whole videos of him going, now we know it's going to be a little bit of pain, a period of adjustment, but we've got to get this under control. And tariffs is the way to do it. And we've got to root out fraud in the government, and honestly, what he was saying made sense. Like you were saying earlier, everything that Trump is doing now, if he was a Democrat, they'd love. And that's absolutely the case. And it made sense because especially if he was trying to pass the ACA, which he did, but you can't have fraud and the ACA. But, we've proven you can. You just drive the country into debt. But I understand what he was talking about, and it made sense. Even if you disagree with it, it made sense, right? Like, we can fight it. I'm not saying it was a good thing necessarily, but it made sense. And now that Republicans are doing it, it's the dumbest bullshit. Just like the whole term hands off. Hands off what? Fraud? Hands off what? The billionaires' access to money that you don't get? Also, something I want to talk about, or that we kind of breezed past, was the fact that now is the best time in the world for poor people or lower middle class people to buy into the stock market. What people don't understand.
3 fucking words, 9 fucking letters. The best rule that you can ever have in fucking financial motherfucking literacy, bitch. Buy the dip. And that doesn't mean buy the dip of stupid shit. That means buy the dip of shit that you know is not going to fucking fail.
Like
they're down.
Walmart or
buy
oil.
Yeah. The shit's going to ride back up. They are fucking leveraging their money right now. They are fucking DCA, nigga, dollar cost fucking averaging. That's what the fuck they're doing right now. Selling fucking low, letting this shit drop, and to get lower. We'll buy back in. We're going to buy more, and we're going to run off with our motherfucking on our new yacht that we just bought on our motherfucking dividends of selling high and buying fucking low. That's what the fuck they are doing. You better be smart enough to get into that shit. Oh my God, the stock market is crashing. Are you going to cry or are you going to buy, bitch? Because I'm team buy, bitch. Buy, motherfucking buy. Because when this shit goes back the fuck up, I'm going to be riding fucking high. And that's what you should be doing. Use the same fucking system that they created to fuck you over, that they created. I don't know what chapter, either before or after they gave the chapter of being a fucking racial divider. They motherfucking using the same motherfuckers. While you're divided on your fucking race, you're not catching the fucking money. That's what I say. I don't care. I kick it with all people of all sides. Like, I don't let the fucking racial divide come into my play until it actually steps across the doorstep. If you step across the doorstep, then I'll deal with you. But you ain't on the doorstep, I don't even care. That ain't even my motherfucking word. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is actually happening? What are they getting over on us on? And that's why I fuck with, Team MAGA. Like, people are like, oh, why are you Republican? Why are you MAGA? Well, because they're the only ones who are voting for me to keep my business, keep my property, and keep my guns. And you know what I'm saying? If there was another place that wasn't them, like, I know they're stealing money. I'm not a fan of Cocaine Mitch. I don't fuck with Lindsey Flam. There's a lot of those motherfuckers who are doing nothing but getting rich off of the stupid shit that they're voting for in fucking Congress. I don't agree with them. I don't like them at all. But they're in the Republican Party. And these are the same people who are voting for this shit. I don't want to be in a party with them. I don't like being associated with them. Y'all won't get rid of them, but you're forcing me to be associated with them because nobody wants to start another situation that says fuck the Republicans and fuck the Democrats. I can take shit from both sides. I'm okay. I don't have to take everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like I said, housing for fucking workers until they can get up on their feet. I am down with that as long as you don't make it a lifelong situation. I'm not putting you there to be there forever. I'm paying you a decent wage. I'm teaching you how to deal with your money, and I got you a place temporarily while you save the money. You're working, so that work that you're putting forth is paying for the rent. You know what I'm saying? But your rent in escrow is being put in an account, or we're teaching you to put in an account so you can fucking buy your own place. Buy your own fucking house, because ownership is key. That's what the American dream is: owning a house, owning a car, owning a grill, having a family, and so forth and so on. Right? That's fucking the fucking American dream. And I think that everybody should have a piece of that. But you gotta put into that shit. Like, you got to work. I don't believe in freeloaders. I don't. You know what I'm saying? That's a side of the welfare section that I think needs to be gone. Stop making people mentally dependent on this shit. Oh, well, hey, you can live here, but you only can work a certain amount of hours. You can't get ahead, because if you get ahead, then you're going to lose this. And we're not really going to teach you how to own a place or how to have a place. And like, the job that you do have, you can't make but so much money. You can't make the money that you truly need to get ahead, because if you make that money, then you're not going to have this anymore. But this is the same people who are telling you to go get a house somewhere, like if you're trying to rent and the rent is $3,000, and they're telling you got to make 3 times the rent in order to move here, but they know good and well that you're not getting paid 3 times the rent, because 3 times the rent, it'll be something like, as we were talking about earlier, $35 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, the shit's not like, that's the shit that I feel like, as a community, as a people, that I talk about all the time, that we need to fucking do. Right? We need to be digging into these assholes and making sure that that is not happening. And too many of us are not. Like, me, you, and Mike are, but I live in Savannah. You live in what, Carolina, Jersey area. You're up there, and Mike's in Oklahoma. We're in 3 different fucking states. You know what I'm saying? So we aren't we know higher number, because it's 3 of us, right? That's 3 more to the total of wins. We're in different places. You know what I'm saying? And yes, we do agree and would vote the same fucking way and would speak highly of the same shit. We're not together. So we need more people in our cities and shit that is with us on the same fucking wavelength to make sure that that shit happens. And unfortunately, those motherfuckers, they're not watching us like they should be. I know my numbers are from all over the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just like me and you who are living in different places. It's not the people who are right here actually next to us. And those are the ones that we really need to step up. That's the ones that we really need to move. I enjoy talking on this mic and talking to other people across the country who are like, yeah, all right, I agree with this man. But the motherfuckers next to us, they on some other shit. They working overtime because they like living expensively and lavishly. So, you know what I'm saying? They got to put in those extra hours so they can keep that $600 car payment up. You know what I'm saying? So they can keep putting the money in the boat to go fishing, because contrary to belief, people, it costs money to have a fucking boat. Okay, so you got people who are fucking working overtime to take care of that, or they got 4 or 5 kids or 3 kids, and all of those kids is into different things, right? One's in karate, one's in dance, one's in football or basketball or whatever. And that shit, that costs, that you got to work extra overtime, you know what I'm saying, to go do. So they're not actually having the fucking time to actually delve into the shit that we know as people we actually have to handle. You know what I'm saying? And that's the shit that's got to change. Like,
Yep.
if we want to attack all of this shit heads on, we gotta goddamn gonna attack employment, education, and community building. Because if we get fucking jobs at home that our people can get into, that is going to be like living wedge in all different industries, right? As long as it's locally grown and they're all tied in, then we can slide in these conversations and get them to move. I think until we like actually tackle that locally, and we keep letting these big corporations who really don't give a fuck about the local area move in and open up shop, I think we're going to continue to be fucked. That's just my, you know what I'm saying, just overhead looking at all of it, because, you know, they think they're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Saying this kid, you know, these 2 kids with the bullshit, right? The stabbing. You got this kid who seemingly is taken care of, got a good grade, come from a great start, that just felt like it was just okay to haul off and stab somebody. And then you had this kid, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason, told this man, hey, look, you don't need to be here under this tent. Da 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 da. Get up, make me move. All right, I'm gonna grab you and make like my thing again. My question that I have asked, and again, this is the very first show that I could actually sit down and talk and say this and have dialect with people. Where the fuck was the coach? This is a fucking high school team. Again, you asked earlier, right? Like, we need to be asking what the fuck is going on. Where was this coach? Okay, this kid was under the wrong tent and he wasn't supposed to be there. The coach didn't know that this kid was under his tent. How long was he under the tent? Coach, what the fuck you got going on? Assistant coach is what you got to fuck. Why did this even? Huh?
Where the fuck are the parents?
I mean, there's too many adults again.
Fuck the coach, bro. Like, fuck the coach. Where are the fucking parents with all of these people? This is the thing that's the problem, man. You know, the parents are there after the kid gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
And every one of them, they're out there. Oh, he was such a great kid. He did this and that. Your kid stabbed somebody. What were the factors why he felt the need to do what he did? Mm-hmm. Right? Because there's a lot of people that would have ran away. Right? When you look at people, when we talk about bullies and we talk about bullying, the majority of kids that are bullied run the fuck away. They avoid. They don't stab first. And they don't bring a weapon to a school if they're not prepared to use it.
Right.
So, when you look at this story, man, there's so much wrong with it. And the problem is it always devolves into the most minuscule bullshit reasoning. And we never get down to the crux of why did an 18-year-old senior feel the need to stab another 17-year-old junior in the chest? I don't give a fuck where they're at. When we get down to the nitty-gritty and go, we have to solve that issue. I don't care race. I don't care anything else. Why are we so violent as a society? We have to figure that out. I think we have to figure that because we are incredibly violent, man. No matter your race, there's rape, there's murder, there's abuse on every scale, dude. Humans are violent motherfuckers. How can we solve that problem? And if we're not focused on that and we're focused on color or any other horse shit, we're never getting anywhere. We're never going to make any progress.
I do agree. Not to bring it light, but I did want to get your opinion on the stock market currently, because you're a small business owner, you're a blue collar guy. What's cool is you and Pro both are in construction, right? So, just what do you think about buying right now in the market and that kind of thing?
So, listen, I'm not a market analyst. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the market it's incredibly rigged for a lot of AI programs. I think AI programs have been buying things for so long, like day trading is almost fucking dead, but you can make a lot of money on it, right? So do I think everyone that's going crazy over the stock market right now, if they're overreacting, I think you're overreacting. Now, I'm not going to be your market analyst, but I will say this, like, if you just stick it out, you tend to make money. Okay. And the people that are in charge of the market, that are dictating the market, they're counting on you to panic. You can't panic. You have to do what they do. You have to play the long game. And typically speaking, if you play the long game in the market, you're going to succeed. So if you react to small blips in the market, I think there's going to be, listen, anytime you have wholesale change, you're going to have problems. But what business is going to do is they're going to adjust. They want to know the rules to the game. And once they understand the rules to the game, business owners are going to capitalize on the rules to the game. It's the way humans act. So I think this is a small blip. What Trump is doing is what everybody wanted to do, but nobody had the balls to actually carry it out.
Word. I agree with that too. So
he's lame duck, man. This is he has no more. Well,
he's got no fucks to give. Zero fucks given.
Zero fucks to give, bro.
He's trying.
Yeah, we're gonna.
No, he's doing. He ain't just trying. He's doing.
He's
I mean,
definitely doing, man.
he's trying to not be a lame duck, is all I'm saying. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah,
you
yeah,
heard.
yeah. Oh yeah, he's going for that third term, bro. I think. Listen, bro, this is Kofi on tight, bro. Kofi on real tight. Um, I think that he is preparing. He was already going to do it, and he authorized it, but he didn't at the last end. I think he just felt like, all right, I'm going to do one last roundup of them all because I really got the ass. Like my favorite clip towards the end of his first term was he was like, it's called the swamp, and I caught him. I caught them all. Let's find out. Let's see what happens. But I caught him. I caught them all. Like this is at the end of it. I was like, ooh, this man about to go motherfucking scorched earth. But he's like, nope. I already know I'm gonna win again because I already know the rules of the game. I'm about to do one last snatch up, and then I'm gonna expose the world. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna kick the fucking can wide the fuck over and whatever fucking happens, right? Like that's what I believe he's about to do. And I think that's what these tariffs are, with showing the world. Like, I've gotten so many people, right? My just immediate circle, Facebook friends, whatever the case, talking to, who are upset about the tariffs, right? Oh, how could he do this? How could I was like, how could he what? Show them the chart. Look at the numbers. They're charging us more than Trump is charging them. What did he do? Why are you not saying, damn, why is this country charging us this and we only charging this? What the fuck is going on? And I've had a lot of people say, holy the fuck shit. A lot of people say, holy the fuck shit. Not enough, but enough of people saying, wait a minute, huh? So now, and with that happening, because it's being cracked as people actually look at those numbers, which is why I'm glad he gave that infograph out with those numbers being side by side, right? But those other countries, they realized that, oh shit, people about to realize we was fucking whacking them over the head. No, Mr. Trump. No. We'll drop it down to zero, sir. And you ain't got to stop that. We need y'all anyway because y'all consuming. So no. We'll knock it down to zero. Let's not let the rest of the people actually realize that we was hitting y'all over the head like this. That's going to start a fucking problem if we get enough people, again, our next door neighbors, our day-to-day people who are on the left side, because let's just be honest, bro. We all got somebody or a lot of somebodies, depending on where you live at, that actually happen to be on the left side. And it's people that, you know what I'm saying, before now, you truly cared about. Old teachers, old janitors, the grocery person that you've known forever. Like all of these people, at least I know, that's my everyday living. And I'm walking proudly with a fucking MAGA hat. I'm amongst the people who can't stand the motherfucking MAGA brand, thanks to what they have done on this great marketing campaign of, Donald Trump and his supporters are evil sycophant Nazis, right?
You're right.
They realize that, well, and I have a lot of people tell me this on the other side, like, I know what they say about them, but that's not you. So maybe it's not because you're really the only day-to-day MAGA Trump supporter that I can see, that I can actually reach out and touch. You're not the evil racist white guy that wants to just kill off anybody who's white. You're actually you're you're a melanated man from Savannah, Georgia that cares about every fucking body. That's a fucking lie. That's the Trump said yay to Nazi Hitler sympathizers in that speech when he said something actually totally different. It's a cut that you tried to make live, but now I actually see the light. Like there are people who actually, like, when they get past what they're pushed every day, who actually see the good of what it is to be a conservative or what it is to be a Trump supporter.
Heck
Right?
yeah.
They see those type of people existing every day. But
All day, every day. And speaking of all day, every day, Calderise is letting us know he's got to get out of here. Thank
okay,
you
cool.
so much for stopping by. He gave us 2.5. You know what
I
I'm
have
saying?
I have a pregnant wife that is
Oh yeah,
calling me out.
go do what your thing, man. Yeah, go do your thing, man. Go do your thing, brothers, man.
So
Appreciate you.
we are 1 week away from so we're scheduled for the 14th. I have a 20-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a newborn on the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, same wife. Everyone, it's funny because everyone goes different. Like your third wife. I'm like, no, same,
It's just
same
sad
one.
that that's just dang. So people trying to put you out to be a baby daddy, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So, I told you, bro. I'm like Puerto Rican. I'm not Italian. I'm not white. I'm a fucking, I got all the negative
Right.
connotations. I get you. But hey, but seriously, guys, listen. It's been a fucking pleasure. I love your show. I do. Like, my wife is knocking on the door right now, and I don't think she's going into labor, but she wants this baby out of her,
Yeah.
out of her. It's
You
we're
better
at
give
that
her
point.
whatever she wants right now, man. That's all
Whatever,
I'm saying.
whatever. So she's been incredibly fucking nice right now.
That's
She
what's up,
actually
man.
knocked about an hour ago, and because believe it or not, so my studio right inside is our bedroom. So she's
Okay.
here. She's hearing me yelling right now. So she's probably trying to go to sleep. But thank you. Listen, guys, hit that fucking like button.
Yes.
Because this is a conversation. The conversation you heard tonight, you're never going to hear on any other place. I don't give a shit. Fresh mic protocol. You guys do a great job. I love you guys, man. You're
Thank you,
fucking
brother, man.
awesome.
Love you
Thank you
too,
for
bro.
having me on the show. Thank you for everybody watching. Finger the fuck out of like button. And
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, guys.
Thank
All
you
right, man.
so much, man. Please promise to come back and rap with us more, guys. It's
Man, that
Say
chair
when.
always open, man. That chair is
I'm here
always
anytime
open.
you
Knock
want.
on the door. Come on,
Yeah,
man. That
man.
chair always open.
And,
Knock
and
on the
hey,
door.
seriously, 2 mics live. You guys, we do. You know we do the open mic Friday, and you guys are welcome any Friday nights to come open mic. But you know what I'm saying? If you want to come on and talk about anything, you let me know, bro. Send me a message. We have a big family here. This Rumble family is fucking growing, and dude, we're all in this together. We're all in this
Absolutely.
together. That's it. Period.
Heck yeah.
It
There's
is
the
Two
page
Mics
right
Live,
there.
man.
2 Mics Live. They go live Monday,
Two
Wednesday, and
mics and a
Friday.
Kelly, man.
Yeah, 2 mics. It is 2 mics and a Kelly. So
Yeah,
they got eye candy.
Kelly just is. She's so hot and she's so smart. She had to be a part of the show, bro. You know, and she's Mike's wife, but she
Yeah,
is.
she is.
She
Gotta
is
give her
a
respect, man. She always holding it down, man. It's 2 Mics Live, but it's really 2 mics and
Bro,
a
Thank
Kelly.
Kelly.
and
you
not
know
for
what? She
nothing.
saves lives. She's a float nurse.
Yeah,
She's
man.
a fucking
She's a dope individual,
a
man.
nurse
She's
practitioner now. She's unbelievable. The diversity you get on our show is spectacular. Seriously, it really is.
She's too good
absolutely.
for you two on that show. just
Way
saying.
too good.
Anyway.
Way too.
And if you guys did cool stuff, if you watched last Friday, his partner was live from Trump's golf course.
Trump
And he was
International.
there, and Trump International, and he was showing some of the stuff that was getting auctioned. They had some Trump shoes and some stuff like that. So, you know, it's a really cool show, and that's what I love, man. You have a doctor dude, a hot nurse chick, and then an everyday blue collar guy, and you come together, and you guys do great too. And absolutely, man, we'll stop in. Thank you so much, and Pro, man, thank you for having this conversation as well, man. I thought this was amazing. Guys, 2 Mics Live. We're going to let Mike get out of here. 2 Mics Live, and that is every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Rumble. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Have a great
Thank
night.
you, Mike. We'll talk to you soon.
Proud of you, boy.
Later, boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's good. Man, that was, man, I did not know. It's just me. It's finally in the building.
He been here. He been here. He just been chilling. He been chilling in the cut, but he been here.
He been in the cut. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he up there. Yeah.
Man, these people are way too sensitive. I saw him. Yeah. No, he's back. He's back. I should have said back. Anyway, that was good, man. I thought that was a great conversation. Getting a lot of a lot of feedback. Definitely getting a lot of feedback on this one. You know what I'm saying? And these are the conversations that need to be had within the conservative community, bro. It really does. And unfortunately, man, love it or hate it, you're the guy. You know what I mean? There are a lot of you already know. Yeah, drink to that, man. Cheers to it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's just a lot of people out there who they don't either have the patience, the understanding, whatever it is, man. They don't have what you have and the patience you have. Just like Mike himself, you know what I mean? Willing to talk to you about this and go, look, man, this is how I'm seeing it, and this is how most of MAGA sees it, quite honestly. So what are we missing? And I love the fact that you guys were able to break it down and talk about it.
You just got to be willing to go in and actually talk to the people. Like, I think the biggest problem that comes in on the MAGA side is they have their pre-described notions. So they come in with them instead of just listening.
Yeah.
Gain an understanding. Let them tell you what it is so that you can know what it is. But if you're just on the outside looking, and just because of what, you know what I'm saying, Law and Order Special Victims, Lockdown Savannah, and Cops showed you, on top of, you know what I'm saying, whatever sitcom or thriller show that you watch or movie that you watch, sprinkle a little bit of the news on top, and boom, you thinking what you thinking, and that's just what it is. Then
Yeah.
the news ain't gonna show you but so much.
Correct. Well, just the fact that like it's just how words are interpreted, right? So
Mm-hmm.
to me, when I hear, what is black, the first thing I think growing up where I grew up, black is beautiful. That's just what we were. That was just what was said, and not a bad thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, because I grew up in a community that I feel like is at least very heavily black influenced. If you could just not say a black community, definitely a
Mm-hmm.
mixed community, majority black. I just feel like it's like, oh well, that's folks who just don't have it as good off, quite honestly, because that's just what it is. And they're hardworking folk who take care of their community the best of their ability. They spend a lot more time than the average. Growing up, they spend a lot more time within their community, from your barbecues to your holiday celebrations to your church
Mm-hmm.
celebrations to your
Mm-hmm.
picnics, more than the white folks I knew, just more than the white folks. Not saying that, you know what I mean? So it's just what the word means to you and the connotation of that word.
The
You know what I
connotation
mean?
of what it
Yeah.
is you're speaking on. Again, how much time do we have? Like, what are you asking, and what is black? Because as you just gave, we can go down a long list of shit that is black that you don't get other places. But is that what you're asking? Like, what are you asking? Right? Like black, like, bro,
I didn't feel
black
like I
is
had enough to contribute to interrupt and say that, but I'm just like, I think what we need to do is come back to when you say, just like in the same way, you know what I mean? If somebody grew up with a father that said, I love you, and then punched you in the face every time he said, I love you, when somebody says, I love you, you're going to think, I get punched in the
I get
face.
punched in the face.
You know what I mean? Not what everybody else thinks. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
so it depends on, we got to come back to, what do you hear when you hear the word black first?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then,
Mm-hmm.
go just like Italian. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have negative stereotypes of Italian. So what do you hear when you hear the word Italian
Yep.
first? Right. So anyway,
Yep.
that's just my thought on that, man. My
Yep.
little,
No, you're spot on with it, bro. You're
yeah.
you're definitely spot on with it. Like,
But man, trolls have been out heavy. Just want to
yeah.
shout out. It just means we're winning. I kind of love it, man. Like, these trolls are just weak. They can't do shit. They can't get us. They can't. You know what I'm saying? We're just quicker, we're better. And it's their life that they're spending on us, helping us, driving us up in the algorithms,
So man,
giving
it
us
hits the
more money,
algorithm,
giving us
man. So
more
as,
views. Yeah, get it.
as long as it hits the algo, I'm happy, you know?
You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, guys, if,
Fucking
if you're
happy.
a troll and you're still hanging around and listening, I know it was an intelligent conversation, so you're probably not here. However, if you are
Right.
still hanging around, if you want to donate, you get to donate. If you ever want to drop a super chat or a rumble rant, not only will you not get blocked, we'll read it. So yeah, man, drop those dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Drop 'em.
So yeah, $5 and we'll say your name. $20 and we'll actually read your comment, trolls. So there you go. So drop us $20 if it's that important that you get your troll out. Okay, wide open. Freedom of speech costs. It costs a
They
lot of
ain't got the
people.
money to do it, bro. They
No,
barely
man.
got the money to pay the phone bill, to goddamn do the trolling that they doing right now. So
You know good and well
it's,
their mama paying the internet bill. You know,
you know,
paying phone bills.
mama paying the internet, bro. Sorry ass.
So that was awesome. Man, I had so many topics I wanted to get to. I want to do one thing, man. I just want to get your
What's up?
opinion on this one thing for fun. I was trying to do it, but my man got, you guys got deep, and this isn't that deep. I was just like, this is how I was taught to swim. You know what I'm saying? And people are arguing over whether this is let me bring it back. People are arguing over whether this is child abuse or not. You know what I mean? And I find this
No, they're
odd. So
not.
check this out.
No, they not.
He's just floating for a bit, and she just leaves him floating. She tells him, "Don't freak out. You got to relax."
Beautiful.
See, and then she brings him.
Good job.
All right, so literally, the caption on this is child abuse or smart parenting, and I just, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to get your take on it, man.
Bro, it's smart parenting, bro.
I agree.
She was
Absolutely.
right there in the water. He never floated away within arm's length. Obviously, she knows how to swim and how to carry somebody within the water, how to keep him from drowning. Like, she's watching him to make sure he doesn't take on too much water. He can still breathe. He's still crying. Okay, cool. Ain't no gargle within this crying that he's doing. Oh, there's gargle. Let me go grab him. Let me get this water out of his system. It's okay. You just gotta relax. Just gotta calm down. Look, I'm in it. It's not gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's a
Well, not
tactic
only
in
that,
teaching, bro.
it was actually, you notice he wasn't kicking and thrashing. So she was already
Mm-hmm.
teaching him how to not kick
Mm-hmm.
and thrash. He was
Mm-hmm.
already learning little things because that's, when you are in the ocean, the first thing they say is do not thrash and kick. You're going to burn your energy up. You're going to panic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're going to take in water. So he didn't like it, but to me, that's life. Put your kids in controlled, uncomfortable situations. So when they're in uncontrolled, uncomfortable situations, they know how to behave because you
They know how to
parented
behave
it.
and be in
Yeah.
control. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
So
that's the same situation again when we talk about this kid. That is a bigger question than down there and what happened. Like, what made him, like, there are too many factors with this situation, with this kid down there in that fucking school. Like,
yeah.
with that track meet, right? Like, what made this kid haul off and stab him? What is going on? First of all, they're at an school department track meet, which means they see each other more often than not. It's
Correct.
a track meet. It is an inter-county track meet. These kids know each other. These aren't random kids. This dude, they both also supposedly played football
Yeah, that's the whole thing. If they're both involved in multiple sports, they see each other multiple times a year on a field,
multiple
several
times a
times a year.
year.
And then you got the little, banquets and all of that stuff that you go
Come
to with all them other
on. They
kids.
know each other.
Yeah, man.
They know each other. So what the fuck is really going on?
Why did he feel the need to bring the knife?
Why did
Yeah.
he feel the need to did something else happen? What is going on? Oh, this kid just hauled off and stabbed this kid in the chest. Hold on, bro. You're not big braining this. Yes, that is a problem, but what is the problem? Because these kids know each other.
Yeah.
They're star athletes at schools across town.
And once again, we didn't even, because we had so much to talk about. Well, we missed so much, but that's cool. And we still are very long for our show. But
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
the
we
fact
are.
that the first thing I heard, I'm in the Oklahoma City area, and the
Mhm.
first thing I thought of was, oh, well, last week a teenage girl ran down another teenage girl, and a man was taken to a hospital after a nightclub beating. It wasn't even a shooting; he just got into a fight, and they beat him down so bad that he died when he got to the hospital. Right, and then there was another situation where the dude showed up and beat another dude. Then the cops showed up. Then the dude who was beat up pulled the gun and shot at the cop. Then the cop shot him. Now, the last one was white folk. The first two were black folk. But you didn't hear any of that in the national news. We heard about it locally, but you didn't
Mhm.
hear about any of that in the national news. And why is
Mhm.
that, right? So
Because they're
on a
local things.
on
It
a
was just
local, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, no, you're right. Like, they were local things. It was a problem. Again, I didn't know about this kid in Texas
Yep.
until I saw the right-wing grifters.
Matt Walsh.
They
You
were
were
the
like,
ones
Matt,
who
it's true. Matt Walsh was the first one I saw.
they
You're right.
know the right-wing grifters are the ones who brought it to my attention, and then I saw, you know, black people responding to them. That's
Oh,
what I saw.
yep.
That's what I saw. Everybody else was quiet because we're like, okay, let the facts of this come out. Again, just like I just said, like I'm looking at all of this. I'm somebody who dealt and deals with the local schools. I know the connections of the sports and I know these kids know each other.
And not only that, you deal with the whitest of white Republican crapheads. Pardon me, man, but the Savannah Republican Party is trash, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
man. Look, bro. It's it's
Come at
it's
me.
it's, it's
You know
really
what I mean?
it's really the whole Republican part. They're just a facet of the whole thing in total, bro, on every level.
Word.
They're just so lost and so disconnected, and they just think about what they think about. And again, they act, you want to act the whole white and black thing. Like, no, it's not just black people who are looking at this shit this way. They are responding to whatever it is they have had portrayed upon them. That's it. That's all they're doing. It's one thing to say something, but when it actually happens, when they actually show, man, the Republican Party don't want black people. They ain't talking to black people. They ain't coming in the hood.
Well, and man, if you watch the fear tactics, that's why it's so easy. You go in through, you infiltrate through the
Easy to
black
go
party.
through
I hate
with
to
it.
say that, but I mean,
It's
that's,
so easy to go through with it.
yeah.
That makes it easy for them to go through with it.
If there's nobody on the other side going, wait, those people are lying to you and they really don't care about you. It's like, well, but if there's nobody there to even say that to me, then all I can do is believe the lie and think these people care. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Instead of people saying the Republican Party don't go in the hood. Shit, boy, what you talking about? Boy, they be having fish fries with us all the time. But who telling
Yeah.
you that lie? Who telling you that
Or
lie?
even better, the Republican Party is the hood. You know what I
You
mean?
feel
Like,
me? Like,
the
boy, who telling you
Republican
that
Party
lie?
is paying too much on my taxes and is trying to get me a cheaper tax rate. I wanted to start my own little recording studio, and they told me I had to pay an $80 fee and then another 120. And the Republicans in my town are trying to tell me that should only be $30 or $60. No one's thinking, you know what I'm saying? Or the pothole.
It's that simple.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saving up every bit to keep my car nice so I can get back and forth to work. There's a pothole that blew my tire. And you know what I mean? All the Democrats want to do is fund DEI programs, but the Republicans are like, fix the potholes first. I would vote for that because my stupid Toyota, you know what I'm saying, needs good tires so I can go to
Needs
work.
good tires. I need good shocks.
So, but if there's
I
nobody
need
there telling them,
struts.
hey, we're maybe not for this program that says we love black people, and then we give you hot dogs and T-shirts and do nothing for you, so we lock up your vote. But we're for, the potholes in your town getting fixed, so your car is good. We're for your small business not being taxed to death. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
We're for,
mhm,
if you want to open a small food store, we're for that, and we want you to do that because our plan doesn't work if you don't. That's the dirty
mhm.
secret. The Republican plan doesn't work without industrious people of all races, and especially and specifically black folks. Yeah, I said it.
Point blank period.
So, anyway, blah, blah, blah. Bro, what you got coming up this week, man? We've been missing you. We've been missing you, man. We need more pro in our lives.
Man, we didn't even talk grifties. This is our
Oh,
first show
man.
since I went up to
Oh,
Jersey.
my
You know what I'm
goodness. Yeah,
saying?
man. We got so busy.
What I got this week? I'm wrapping up this job. I was supposed to be done Friday, but that's a long story. The weather sucks. You know what the crazy thing is? It's supposed to storm tomorrow. Go
Oh, yeah, no,
figure.
y'all are getting it because we had the wintry mix we had yesterday. There was full on snow about 2 hours south of us. And what's funny is the biggest part of the storm is north of us, but about 2
Damn.
hours south of us today, there's like snowmen. People were posting, you know what I mean, in their yards. And I'm in like southernish Oklahoma. I'm south of the midline.
Oh,
And
that's crazy.
yeah, man, that's some Democratic weather machine shit, if you
Yeah,
ask
that's some
me.
weather machine right there, boy. They going ham.
But
Yeah,
that's
they
supposed to hit you tomorrow, I think.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, they're calling it the first. We had a first alert weather day tomorrow. That shit about to be crazy. What up, Iron Bull? What it is, pimping? Um, yeah, man. So yeah, that's tomorrow. Let me see what else is this week. Oh, I'm preparing. So bro, Orange Crush got their permit.
Ooh, Tybee Island.
Tybee
Let's
Island gave them the
go.
permit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm prepared. They got their first permit. I'm going out there. I'm interviewing business owners, locals, people partaking in Orange Crush. I'm getting with the promoter team of Orange Crush, man. We gonna talk, man. Pro gonna have some special access, so I'm getting prepared for that. That's on 419. So
Let me put a bug in your ear, dog, since I'm kind of getting back into it, and I'm trying to spin this all into our own bigger thing.
mhm.
How about a comedy show? What if you threw together like an early 7 o'clock comedy show? You know what I'm saying? And then about like 9 o'clock, you turned up with the music and the party. But from 7 to 9, you get a comedy show and you work it in with a local bar restaurant. You know what I'm saying? That could benefit from having people seated and in a couple hours early. You know what I'm saying? So you promote it that way to them, so they're going to be there, and hey man, we're going to turn up. There's no reason to leave. Just hang out here all night. You know what I mean? And so instead of getting a couple drinks
Mm,
sold off somebody, you're getting 10 drinks sold off somebody.
then we'll talk. We'll
Okay.
talk offline.
Well, because I know you got fam that is in the
Yeah,
comedy
that's what I'm saying.
industry.
Well, look, there
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
it's going to take more. There's definitely a mental method. We'll talk offline. It's possible, but there's a
We'll
particular way that
talk. All right.
we'll
Well, hey
talk.
man, like I said, I just want to put a bug in your ear.
Mhm,
And if you
mhm.
squash that bug, fair. You know what I mean? I can
I
only
don't know. Look, that's why I want to lay everything on the table before we squash the bug. We might
yeah.
pick the bug up, or we might squash the bug. You know what
You
I'm
know what they
saying?
say,
It's
closed
either
mouths
or.
don't get fed. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something worth talking about. Something worth looking at.
so you got
But
that
yeah,
coming up.
so I'm gonna be preparing for that. This weekend, what do I have this weekend? I don't know what I have this weekend. I gotta look. And this week, all I'm really focused on is really work. Y'all will catch me Friday on Friday Night Flights, though. I will make sure that I'm on point. We had a little delay and a little issue with the plane on Friday, but we got up and we got out. So we did that. But this Friday, man, we're gonna be full on making it happen, Captain. Uh,
Absolutely.
doing dope shit.
Yeah, man. All day, every day. Excited. Man, Tuesday night I got Power Slap Time. Guys, check
Okay.
that out. Mainly specifically, we have that on Instagram and Rumble, Power Slap Time. That's gonna be fun. We have Vern White, a card artist who makes 3D trading cards on.
Yeah. You was telling me
Yeah,
about
man.
Buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about that one because that dude also plays. He's just like an artist, dude. I haven't heard back from him yet on a confirmation. I sent out my confirmations on Sunday for Tuesday. So, but he's in the
He'll
mix. He's
reply
in the
tomorrow.
mix. Yeah. He's in the
Yeah,
mix.
he'll reply tomorrow.
I
It's
mean,
Sunday.
he made his own clips of our show and shared them. Like he's
Oh,
he's
sweet.
digging what
Yeah,
we're
yeah. I'm
doing.
saying
Yeah.
he's on. He's on. He's just it's Sundays, bro. Some people don't. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't opening no email. I ain't opening no text. I ain't opening no none of that. I'm just gonna live on Sunday. That's what I'm gonna do. And I worry about the business and shit on Monday.
Later, yes, exactly.
Yep. So
And yeah,
understand.
man. So then Thursday is PT Pod. I'm gonna have Miss Trice on. Miss Treese. I'm so sorry. Miss Treese is a very popular comedian. She just got picked up for a tour, and she's glowing up. And I'm gonna be
Okay.
working with her later this month in Tulsa on a show. So, but she's been touring, like hitting it, like regionally, she's blowing up. So, yeah, man. So I'm just we gotta try to feed the fam.
Gotta feed the fam, bro. Gotta feed the fam.
And of course, as you know, with any show I ever do live, if you ever want to jump on, you are more than welcome. If you're
I-
available,
If
you know
I'm
what I mean?
available,
So,
I'm down. I've done it before, but
yeah,
man, listen,
I know this week, man.
availability right now is kind of tight. Kind of
As we
tight.
said, for y'all that don't know, Pro has literally been on plane for the last 3 weeks. He has not had a full day off because the days, quote unquote, off are travel days where you're walking 4 miles to get to a plane and off a plane. And, and he live streamed on those days too. So literally, we were looking at it, man. My man has not had a day off in 3 weeks. He's not had a day where he hasn't had to set his alarm clock in 3 weeks, dude. I don't know how you're talking to me. I would be murdering folk, man. So.
Hey, bro, listen, this is with great power comes great responsibility. You know what I'm saying? You just think about it. you harness it and you just keep swimming and shouts out the door. You know what I mean? You know it, you realize it,
Yeah.
but if you haul off crazy and hurt somebody, you're probably gonna have some trouble. So you know what? You just keep swimming, you just smile and keep going, and you look at him and in your mind you say, "You motherfucker, you motherfucker fucker with me. You got boy, I oughta but you just keep swimming.
Well, and
You
if
just keep moving.
it feels good because we're winning. The swimming is
Yeah.
winning, bro.
Yeah.
Like the numbers are up all across the board. We're getting people like Calderise on. We're getting, you know what I mean, grifties. People are loving what we're doing. People are seeing it. You know what I mean? Numbers don't lie. It's that simple, and people are loving what we're doing, man. So it's one of those that even if we feel like we're taking licks, it's a lot easier when you feel like you're winning the rounds. You know what I mean? It's like, of course, I'm going to get
Mhm.
hit a couple times. I still got to win this. I'm still locked in this cage with this motherfucker trying to knock me out. You know what I mean? So let me bring what I got. Let me John Jones this,
Bring
So
what I
yeah.
got, bro, and whatever I got, Imma use this motherfucker, and god damn it better win.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Calderise, thank you. Two Mics
Appreciate you, Mike,
Live.
man. 2
Yeah,
mics
man.
live.
We're gonna try to
2
get
mics and a
Schwartz.
Kelly.
2 Mics and a Kelly. We're gonna try to get Schwartz as his partner on sometime. As well, or maybe Kelly, who knows? And of
I
course,
wanna pick the doctor's brain, man. I wanna know what he knows about, that he
yeah, you
can
want to
talk
talk
about.
MAGA? That dude is like inside MAGA. If you look at their Friday night show, he showed this access coin. He's like, I finally got the coin. And I guess
Mhm.
there's this special club coin you get, like to show when you go into certain privileges, and he got one. So yeah, man. Screw him. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just jealous. You know what I'm saying? I'm jealous. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out Pro's show, Friday Night Flights on Friday night. We've missed it, but it's going to be back, I suspect, in full force on Friday night. So
Oh,
make sure you
absolutely.
check that out. We're excited about that. Hell yeah. And then Tuesday night is Power Slap time. Guys, thank you so much once again for tuning in. This has been Rumble on Rumble number 65 with guest Mike Calderise of 2 Mics Live. Good night.